nearly Christmas. Morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 21st of May. Welcome to TDA, the day after. Your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you're hosted by the best people, and we'll let you know who we are.
It's your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation. Big Margs from the east side of the bridge. Good morning, people. Daddy's home.
Do you know what? As always, your favourite shade queen, my own royalty. And my favour's back.
Oh, hey.
Morning, girl.
Morning, love. You okay?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So let them know who you are, please.
My name's Amani.
Excuse
Dr.
me.
I know, I do it all the time.
You had one job.
I do it all the time.
One job.
My name's Dr. Amani.
There you go. Thank you very much. That's so... If I was a doctor, I'd be so insufferable.
Yeah.
Are you actually like a real doctor?
Oh, here we go.
What do you mean? I'm not a medical doctor, but I've done a doctorate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm a
real doctor, yeah.
You got the certificate up in your
The
wall.
certificate.
Laminated.
Actually, it's just in a drawer, to be honest. I should really...
You got to frame that.
I need to frame it and then do something with it.
Got to frame it. Everyone that comes to your house got to salute it before you come in.
Yeah, man.
I'd be insufferable. I might get a young PhD, you know.
Still, yeah, that's quick.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do so I can just have a doctor.
I met a man that was a doctor of finance.
That's great. That's wonderful.
I don't know
what that means. I don't think he knows what that means.
He was definitely one, though.
Well, how do you do... What's a doctor of finance?
I don't know. Maybe you could talk to a doctor. She might can talk.
No, she's a doctor of doctor. You can give doctors for anything these days.
Boy.
Oh, dear. Brent, how are you, sir?
I am good, thank you very much.
Wonderful.
And yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Margs, how was your holiday?
It was all right, you know. It was good, man.
Where
Nice.
did you go?
I went to Marbella.
Oh, Marbs.
Went to Marbs. No
Nice.
carbs before Marbs. And what is a financial doctor?
I met a
Medical
guy
analysis.
on my way to Portugal.
Oh, love story. You never told me this.
No, it was not a love story. You just need to stop attaching love to no.
We were talking about holidays. You met a
Do
man.
you know what
on
it
the
is?
way
Do you know
to
what's so
Portugal.
mad? I'm such a private person that I could be sitting here right now married and no one would know.
Facts.
Come on now.
Do you get what I mean? So, you know.
Love's better when it's private. But what happened on the way to
No,
Portugal?
basically, yeah. So we're going to, I'm getting the train, going Gatwick, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, met this guy. He lives in Marbella, yeah, but he was in London to visit his son. This guy was high as heck. He was on coke. His energy was on like 1,000. And he was just so very it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. But he was just very, just doing the most. But he lives in Marbella. And I'm so slow. When I tell people I can't go to jail, I dead ass mean it. Because my friend was like, well, what do you do? And he was like, shit, what did he say? Something like, we said something, we're like, do you do like legal work or something like that? He was like, it's illegal work. I was like, okay, so I thought the guy was like a lawyer or something. He's a ghost of Marbella.
It's a pharmacist.
Yeah, that's the
Street
word.
pharmacist.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like a serious job. And then when we left, my friend was like, no, this is what he does, allegedly. I know the man. Lovely guy though, very lovely. He had kids and everything. It was beautiful. Beautiful family.
Oh.
And he has nicknames for his kids. Like one of them is cockeyed.
Cocker?
Yeah,
Is he Jamaican?
No, he's a white guy.
Oh, because we like to do that.
He's a white guy.
Okay.
I think he's got Jamaican affiliations though.
Yeah.
One of his friends owns a Caribbean.
Good morning.
That's about it.
Who's this?
Who's
Sally.
Hello?
King?
Yeah, we can hear you, Sally. How are you?
Morning, Sally.
Lovely. Yeah. I'm very well. How's everyone?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Fine.
Good.
Sorry,
very
Sally.
well,
One
thank
second.
you.
Tradesman. My friend just texted me. Morning, girl. He said he was a tradesman. So I thought it was like a plumber or something.
Well, she texts you every time. She's listening or
Yeah,
something.
she does. She always listens.
All right, big
Real
up
one.
her.
Big up my friend. But yeah, sorry, Sally.
Sally, what inspired you to call so early?
Oh, he called yesterday as well.
Oh no, I'm just calling in to say thank you, man. Thank you for
Aw.
yesterday.
How many people followed through?
I think it was like 2 or 3, but
Because the
it's
link
fine anyway
dodgy, mate.
because you see the app, the way they were getting people to vote, it was very strange.
Yeah, because they need your number.
It asked for my number.
There's an echo.
What was it, like a
So
keto thing?
yeah, no, it asked for your number. It asked for your number. It asked for like a profile picture. It asked for loads of different things. So it was a bit weird. But
Yeah.
I'm through to the next round. So
What's this top
on the
model thing?
31st.
What's
Are
this?
you?
Talk to me,
Okay.
man. I need information,
Through
bro.
to the next round.
Man,
Are you Keto's next top model or something?
Stop.
He's next
Nah,
to
nah.
What are they voting for?
It's a sales it's a sales competition. Bouncer's gonna be one of the DJs, not DJ. Why do I keep saying DJ? Judges.
Like Dragon's Den.
Sally,
Hello. Yeah.
explain to me what's going on.
Okay. So now there's gonna be 15. Wait. Oh, sorry. Oh shit. Okay.
Not
Yeah,
selling
there's
the
going to be
Wait, follow us back when
15
it's
Too
road
people.
rage
Don't
again.
do this.
That man was
This is very
very
unsafe.
raging.
No, I was
Is
just
it?
in between a rock and a hard place, but it's all good. Yeah, so there's going to be 15 people on stage on the 31st, somewhere in King's Cross, and I'm going to be one of them. So 14 other people.
No,
Nah,
sales.
it's a sales competition. So we're all going to be given a business to pitch. We haven't been given the business yet. I think we're getting them today, and then we're going to have 2.5 minutes to pitch that business, and then 2.5 minutes. Wow, I can't speak. 2.5 minutes to handle objections. I know. No. But yeah, so 2.5 minutes to pitch and 2.5 minutes to handle objections. And then the winner, and it's going to be split between like what the crowd thinks and what the judges think. And then the winner gets like a remote 5K a month minimum job base.
Well, wish you
Yeah.
all the best in your endeavours, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm not sure. I think they're gonna record it or put it somewhere. I'm not sure those details yet, but hopefully I'll find out today. So when I do, I'll let you guys know. You guys can tune in.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Big up to you,
Amazing.
babes.
Lovely. Yes.
That's
But yeah, so guys, everyone, have a fantastic day. Let's do something new today. Do something your parents will be proud of, man. So your ancestors can sing.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Thank you very much,
Lovely.
Sally.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it, man.
Sally.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Bye, hon.
Bye. That's a long interview.
Bye.
The whole competition to get a
The
job.
competition.
Yeah, it's like a long interview.
That's long asses.
But it's cool though. Amazing.
Big up, Sally.
Only if he wins. Better win.
All right.
Can you just turn your mic up a little bit, please?
Who?
Yours, just like that.
Spotify comments. Zero remorse. For the first 20 minutes, I genuinely thought Margs had gained an extra chromosome overnight. I might need to go Specsavers.
What?
Ramsey was here.
You might need to come off the weed, bro. That's what you might need to
Or
do.
zero remorse. Zero remorse has been wilding.
He thought I was Ramsey.
If Ramsey was you.
Ah.
There you go.
Mark. What'd you say?
Sounds better.
There we go. Mark says, if Iran's attack, I think, of Israel, okay. If Iran attacks Israel as an act of retaliation for their president and Palestine, I doubt, especially now, ceasefire and that USA might not do a thing. That'll be for you and your mates talking about all that stuff.
Essentially, he's saying that if Iran retaliates, USA is not going to jump in.
Okay.
Because right now there's a ceasefire. I guess he believes that the states are going to abide by that and not listen to Israel. And when it is that she says, come with me.
Is there a ceasefire?
Right now.
Yeah.
I haven't been hearing anything about anything, so I think so. Hold up.
They rejected the ceasefire and they told them not to go into Rafah and they went in there. What ceasefire?
What, Israel?
I don't think there's a ceasefire.
Huh?
I don't think there's a ceasefire.
No, I don't think there is. I thought that's what you just said.
That's what he did say. That's what he alluded to.
Big up Mark there.
They're still in talks.
Okay.
And then B says is that Groundhog Day? I think that is.
Yeah.
So it's Groundhog Day on TDA when talking about DA and SA, so DV and SA. Esther remains resolute and candor, I think that's the word, on the perils of both and its realities for victims. The men remain dogged in their resistance. A shame. So just let that do what it needs to do. And yeah. So
About Discord, hating other people's point of views.
excuse me?
Nothing.
No, I say
I
loud.
wasn't here,
Just
so
say
I
bad
don't
and bad. Big and bad.
I wasn't here, so I don't know what you're talking
So
about.
exactly. So why are you running commentary then?
I'm just saying.
No, don't say.
I'm a man, so I'll probably remain dogged in my resistance.
Give me some quick
Currently.
thoughts on the Diddy situation, bro.
Let's see if you're dogged or not. Go on. Still got your fucking degree.
She's adjusted herself.
Let's go.
Oh no, I was away. I just saw a video of him running naked through the hotel and then punching Cassie and dragging her and things. So it's pretty self-explanatory, you know. I condemn Puff Daddy and his actions. That's about it. All them songs, you just got to take them off your playlist.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Did you take I Need a Girl off your playlist? You took it off yet?
I went straight to Spotify. Straight to Spotify. Block.
I don't even listen
Did
to
you?
Diddy.
Yeah, straight away.
Make sure you
I
did the
did
right
it
thing.
when the allegations came out.
I don't have one Diddy song, you know, actually.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
He invented the remix, so you must have something there.
Let's see. Library.
That's what he said.
Ah.
I don't know. See? See? Get it gone.
First
Get
of all,
rid of it.
Shut up. First of all, okay, there's songs that people I like on there. It's I Need a Girl.
I told you. I
Part
knew
one
I
and two, they
I
got
knew I
both.
needed. See, that's why I went for, because I knew it was there.
Last Night, Keisha Cole. Love Keisha Cole, but to be fair, she was doing a lot on that song. I can go. Gotta Move On with Bryson Tiller. Bryson will be all right. Who's Benny? Benny the Butcher. Okay. Big Sean. Yeah, all these songs can go. I haven't listened to songs in ever.
Get them out of here, man.
They can go. They will go. He just looks so dark and just so like monster-like and just so.
What did you think of his stupid apology video?
Exactly that. It's stupid.
Stupid.
But to be fair, I'm going to talk about it in Word and Road though, because obviously I was saying how, yesterday I said how he just addressed it publicly and whatnot, but he can't mention Cassie's name no more, so we'll get into that Word and Road. Because I wondered, like, he was moving like he was apologising to everybody. But then again, to be fair, with his behaviour, abusers try and find like ways to manoeuvre it, because he brought God into it, brought this into it. So shut up, man.
Therapy and rehab and all of that.
I hate him
All
who
that.
use therapy as
Sit
like, shut up. I don't care. But I have a theory on Diddy anyway. I don't think he's going to be around longer.
He's done out here.
No, but not that. I don't feel like he's, so either two things. I feel like he's either going to, do allegedly what Jeffrey Epstein did.
I was going to string up.
Or what happened to Jeffrey Epstein is going to happen to him. What allegedly happened to Jeffrey Epstein is going to happen to him. In both scenarios, under Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think he can handle the consequences of what he's done. I don't think he will know how to live life like that. Like not being this person. I don't think he will be able to handle that.
This is just the start.
And that's what's mad. Because the trafficking investigations are still ongoing. That's still being done. So this is nothing.
Yeah, this
and
is
I
just
feel
the
like more
first
people are going to
little.
come out.
This is the first little. This ain't like the piece de resistance. This is just the.
Yeah.
This is just the appetizers.
And I feel like more people are going to come out.
Huh?
Is that just the tip?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
did he?
We can't even say that no more.
That's true, you know.
Yeah.
It's insensitive. Yeah.
Go back to pause.
Yeah. I mean,
No, don't, just
it'd be
drop
good
it out.
for just let all of
Drop
that
it
go.
out. Exactly, just drop it out.
Ideally.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
No, I hear it.
just don't.
Yeah, I don't say those stuff anyway, so
As if.
I
No,
don't.
he's actually
I'm
been
saying as if.
he's been fighting it.
I've been
No behaviour.
fighting a
Sorry,
good fight for
I'm
a
saying as
long
if,
time.
like, okay, you don't.
Oh, no, I'm just saying I've been fighting a good fight for a while. It's like pissing in the wind, you get me? It's a thankless task. It's not really helping. It's not getting
It's
anywhere.
a
But
thankless task, you know.
I've been trying to talk to my brothers to tell them to grow out of this mindset, and no one ain't policing my language.
Just tell me they're thinking about dicks more than gay men are. Because they are. Every time you say pause and stuff, you're thinking of a gay act. And you're thinking about it more than gay guys do.
It's true.
So, really, unless you want to pause that too, just stop. But anyways, he's having the day he deserves.
Did you do any stories whilst you were on holiday, Margs?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going
And
to.
if I look through my phone, I've not even got one picture. I know what I said, but I think we've been there enough times now for you lot to know that I'm not gonna. I can't do this stuff. I don't care.
I'll be honest with you, yeah, I hear it.
I
hear it.
thought I was gonna do it. I tried, but I don't care. When I'm away
Yeah,
having
I'm
fun, I'm
having a good
enjoying
time.
myself, having a good time.
I'm present in the
living in the
moment.
moment. Some of this stuff that's going on is above your pay grade. You get me? You're not privy.
Alright, now,
Pray
small
grade.
flex.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Small flex.
You're not privy to that
Is
kind
it
of
pay grade
information.
or pray
He
grade?
said what he said.
Pay.
He
I said
what he
pay,
said.
but
He
if
definitely said pray.
He said what he
Oh,
I
said.
meant pay, so I think I said pay, right?
I thought you said pay.
If
I heard pray.
You said pray, but
You said pray.
It means same thing.
It means the same thing for real,
100%.
because God ain't with you all like that. Yeah, so if it's above your pay grade,
It's above your pay grade too.
Come on now.
exactly, you get me. And I just be living in the moments. That's like I said, I looked at my phone, I ain't even got a picture or a video. If you weren't there,
It is hard though to like, because when I went to Lagos, I was taking stuff. When I tell my phone is filled with stuff, but I just can't be bothered. I want to do TikToks and whatnot. I just can't be bothered. I had a great time, and it keeps me going every day. But it's just long.
I'm just enjoying. I might have got a couple of pictures. I still have to send them to me. I didn't take them on my phone. I was still doing it. I might have got involved, but
I love
so I
sending
couldn't
to
do
me.
none of that. But it was all right. Nice weekend. It was fun.
That's good.
Weather was decent.
Who'd you go with?
That you would know, Beanos, Savage Dan.
Big up being Savage Dan is always that. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, man.
Lovely trip.
Yeah, no, it was a good trip. I didn't even make it to a nightclub. Not one nightclub.
Oh,
You didn't make it to.
To none of the nightclubs. I went to like beach clubs.
So what did you say, Dr. Money?
Was he sleeping? He was sleeping. Wow.
Wholesome mute. So,
Okay.
why did you make a face like that for?
My face is just great. I'm happy. God blesses me.
I'm just saying, I was at the day parties, having fun, drinking alcohol in the sun.
Okay, you had day parties. Fair enough.
And then by the end of the day party, I was like, I've had enough. I'm partied out.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not every day being in the club until 4 a.m.
Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
going
When I
to
went
day
to Ghana,
party.
oh my God,
It's a
please
lot.
not curtain party. I couldn't
lot.
do it.
Do you know what's mad though? Because when I went to Lagos, like I don't go out like that here anyway. But over there, I was activated, and I was here for it. I had back-to-back nights, and I said, okay, free me off there. I'm here for it. But going to a day party and then going to the club, I'm sorry, you are running away from things. That's you out all day partying, same music, same alcohol. Oh, you got problems. You need to look into that.
Some people, I don't know if you've gone and just washed yourself. Have you bathed between?
That's a shift, you know.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Anyway, some of you are running away from your demons. All right. So, are we done? Ben, have you got any more questions?
No.
Wonderful. Let's get into our headlines.
Can you retweet the X post, please? I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to everybody, to be honest. Look at your.
It's like Margs coded.
That's because you're just watching me.
Yeah, actually,
a
if
quick
you
one.
Sorry?
If everybody can go and check out the conversation that Terrence Howard had with Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
you're welcome. That's what I'm saying.
When
You're
do
welcome.
you want to talk about it? Friday?
As soon as it is that you watch it. I told you to watch it yesterday. Margs is going to watch it now, so it will be great if it is that we talked about it on Friday in the intro before Margs leaves. See what I did there?
Before Margs sees it.
Leaves. He can be leaving early because he has a very important meeting.
Then I got a film as well. Got a booking.
Should I
So
give it the ick? Okay, all right, let's get into it. Oh wait, if you've got Twitter, please go on there and kindly retweet. Kindly retweet our show, please.
no, that's funny.
Thank you
That's
very
cool.
much.
I'm leaving right there.
That's so embarrassing.
DCF Mux, I am going to talk all about it once everybody else has watched it in the room.
What the
I am
interview?
gagging to speak about it.
You were asking for it.
Yes. I've even asked Taser to watch it so that when it is that they have the next episode of 3 Shots, I could basically jump on.
So you're gonna go and give your best notes to 3 Shots.
I want to see
Ridiculous.
I want to see how they received it, to be honest.
Oh,
And obviously, it's a different audience, isn't it?
sure. Big up 3 Shots. Big up 3 Shots.
Something's happening, though, man. There's something happening.
What in this with 3 Shots or in general?
No, just in the world in general.
Something. There is a shift.
there's a
Like
shift.
there's just maybe Jesus has come back. Maybe I'll be honest. The way 2024 is going, yeah. This could actually be the
What, do you
year.
think it's gonna pop up?
This is rapture because this is crazy.
Did you hear about the red cows in Jerusalem?
Red cows. No.
All right. Did you hear about the red cows in Jerusalem?
Nigga, I was in Marbella.
What's the red cows?
All right. Just go on YouTube, type in
Don't do
red
that.
cow
Don't do that.
Jerusalem, and go down the rabbit hole.
Are they
What
actually
are
I
the
don't
red
want
cows
to.
then?
I don't have to.
Is red cows mentioned in the Bible?
Yes.
Where? Like, as in, what about the red cows? Like, this is a sign of end times.
They believe that once it is that they sacrifice these red cows, that Jesus will come.
So right now they're trying to catch the red cows to sacrifice
They've
them.
got the red cows.
So
This is unblemished red cows. Unblemished.
red
No
cows.
fault.
Can you
Red
get a
cows.
picture of them, please?
They're not red like that sweet.
They're like an Arsenal logo.
No. You've never seen
A
a red
red
cow?
heifer.
Yeah.
A red heifer is just a common cow, no?
We like red heifers.
Yeah,
They
but
like yellow
it has
bones,
to be unblemished.
red bone,
Talk to them whilst eating bun.
sandwich. You see?
Sandwich.
I've seen
Oh, I
those.
thought it was bribing red. So what about them? So what?
So
Are
They
they,
have them.
I literally thought it was like
It's
as red
just
as
a
your
ginger.
phone.
It's just a ginger
It's
cow.
not ginger cow, but yeah, it's
It's a
a ginger cow.
ginger
Fair.
Okay, so then, but then, do you typically have ginger cows
No, they even had to basically ask the people in Texas to make them.
to make the ginger cows?
Yeah, unblemished though.
So they think that making cows, you're gonna be out here making what's it, Dolly the sheep, but in cow version, and that's what Jesus is gonna respond to.
And when you say unblemished, what do you mean? Like good
Without
skincare,
fault.
like no,
Like the-
Without fault.
Exfoliated.
yeah, like fur popping.
Without fault.
Wow.
So do you believe that though? That when they sacrifice,
I don't believe what it means. What? But it's all it's been predicted. It's been prophesied. So it's all
Okay.
in that particular vein of things are shifting.
so red cows in the Bible.
They've always been red cows.
In the Bible.
When you see the color of it, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. It's not red like that.
no, but I've seen it's ginger.
Yeah.
But what does the Bible say about it though?
I don't know. Yeah, look.
Red.
But they
Anyway,
believe that they need to sacrifice these particular cows.
and then Jesus will come.
Yeah.
But then for them though, which people are we talking about? Because do they think this is Jesus' first rodeo, or do they think he's coming back to wrap it
Yeah,
up?
the Jews believe that
He's
he
been
ain't come. He ain't come yet.
exactly. So they believe it's his first appearance.
So yeah.
Ah, they're gonna be shocked. All right, so round him up. All right, the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak says he is truly sorry for the failures over the infected blood scandal, calling it a decades-long moral failure. He was responding to the public's inquiry report, external into the scandal, which has seen 30,000 people infected from contaminated blood treatments. That's scary. It found authorities covered up the scandal and exposed victims to unacceptable risks. Mr. Sunak described it as a day of shame for the British state. The infected blood inquiry, am I saying that right? Yeah. Accused doctors, government, and the NHS of letting patients catch HIV and hepatitis. About 3,000 have since died, and more deaths will follow. Surely you can sue the state.
As in?
How can you infect someone with HIV and you're telling me I'm disgusted? This is embarrassing for Britain.
No, this is medical negligence.
I need more than embarrassment for Britain. That's crazy. And my next headline is about Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, who has angrily condemned the International Criminal Court's prosecutor for seeking arrest warrants for him alongside Hamas's leaders over alleged war crimes in the Gaza conflict. Mr. Netanyahu said he rejected with disgust that democratic Israel had been compared with what he called mass murderers. Mr. Netanyahu's comments have been echoed by US President Joe Biden, who said there was no equivalence between Israel and Hamas. The chief ICC prosecutor, Karim Khan, said there were reasonable grounds to believe that Mr. Netanyahu and his defense minister, Yoav Gallant, bore criminal responsibility for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza. The ICC is also seeking a warrant for Hamas's leader in Gaza, Yahya Sinwar, for war crimes. And our last headline in the segment, a woman dies in XL bully attack at home. That's crazy. A woman in her 50s has died after an XL bully attack at a house in East London, the Met Police has confirmed. Officers were called to Cornwall Close, Hornchurch, East London at about 1:12 on Monday PM. The woman was treated by medics from London Ambulance Service but was pronounced dead at the scene. Due to the threat posed, armed officers attended and safely seized 2 dogs, the Met said. They were registered XL bully dogs and had been shut inside a room before they arrived. The family of the woman, who was the owner of the dogs, are being supported by officers, the force added.
XL bullies got bad press, man. They never tell you when the
Killing
Labradors kill people.
The Labradors.
The Labradors are out here helping the blind.
Okay.
Saying. There's rogue Labradors out there. I'm just saying they never just get the same. They don't get the same press as the XL bullies. You'd think that every dog attack was an XL bully, but like they don't talk about.
Any dog that looks big to me is an XL bully.
They don't talk about when the Chihuahuas are doing it and stuff.
What, nibbling
Oh,
people's
Chihuahuas are
ankles?
killing people.
Just attacks and attack.
You sound like the ones that were saying, "Oh, all dogs matter or whatever. What was
All
the guy?
dogs lives matter.
All the man
You're-
was saying, the
You're definitely giving that energy.
Bully is the black people of dogs.
You're definitely giving that energy.
Yeah, I have for all animals. You don't even think animals got souls, so let's not get into that.
Animals have souls.
No, don't start them
Oh,
off.
sorry.
You think an XL bully that kills people has got soul? Well, it's got a devilish soul, to be fair. Maybe they do have souls, actually. Maybe they do. It's definitely got spirits. There's definitely demons up in there. 100%. But no, RIP to her, man. That's sad. Being killed by your own pet. That ain't it. That's tough. All right, let's get into our What You Saying topic of the day. So, did you guys know it's Mental Health Awareness Month?
I didn't.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Ben, did you know?
I did, because Dr. Amani told us beforehand.
What,
so you only
babe?
started promoting it halfway through the month.
Halfway, and she told us before.
Oh, you're just in action it till halfway through the month.
Though we wanted her to basically. Just a little easier, just like.
Ah, funny. All right, so let's talk about it.
Margs,
Yo.
You say Mugs.
but he's supposed to be leading this, no?
Oh shit.
Your iPad is closed.
Emmanuel's not here.
Can you imagine? Take away the iPad, it's in his bag.
I forgot for a second, for real. When email's not
Because you're
here,
looking at me, I'm looking at him like, okay.
I'm looking at you, you're looking at
Talk
me. I'm
about
looking-
it. Like, I'm seeing you, see me, see you, see me.
Sorry guys, it's my first time back.
Shout out for those who already started using the TDA
Dilemma.
dilemma page.
Oh, wonderful.
Ah.
Our website is live now.
Yeah.
Guess what the website's called? Actually, hazard a guess of what the website is.
What's it? What do you mean?
Like, hazard a guess what the TDA Dilemma's website is. Like, what's the link? The www. What is it?
WWTDA Dilemmas?
You would think that. It's not. It's www.thenewblack.com
Makes sense.
/ the day after. Is it the day after
No,
in
it's
TDA?
just TDA.
It's TDA.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, cool. So it's Mental Health Awareness Month, guys. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So, first question I want to pose to the room, obviously, professional, if you want to. Are mental health issues on the rise? Or are we too sensitive? Are you too woke? It wasn't a thing back in the day. You get me?
Do you know my theory? It's always been a thing. We just didn't have the knowledge.
No, but people are trying to use it as an excuse. Like,
Yeah,
mental
obviously.
health, like, people try and, like, they lean on that all the time for their foolishness. And then someone tells you that they got MH and they was in a bad place or they're going through things and you can't tell them nothing. And then you have to enable people's
Can I say what my
foolishness.
biggest ick?
That's
though?
not fair.
So you just reminded me of what my biggest ick is.
Go on.
When people are like, I've got mental health. Everyone has
I hate that.
mental health.
I can't. Yeah,
Like-
it does my head in.
Everyone has mental health. It's, do you have a mental health illness? Do you have a mental... Do you know what I mean? Like, there's something else after mental health. People are like, oh, I've got mental health. Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, but if I say you got mental health, it means, like, it's
I'm really in there.
yeah, it's mental health issues or like...
Exactly, but I need
mental
people to start
health
saying the
problems.
issues, the illnesses, add that in there.
No, but because you don't need to refer to anybody's good mental health.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
You got to commend
Why?
that. You do,
You
man.
do.
Why? Talk to me.
Because those are the things that are going to keep us good.
Amen to
So
that.
if we neglect those things, eventually, potentially, if life gets stressful, you might fall into the other bracket.
No, but when you're talking about it, if I met you today and I was talking about you to somebody and I thought you was of good sound mind, I wouldn't need to lead with that. What would I? When I'm talking about you, I'm describing you to the person. Why would I need to let anybody know that you're a normal person? Everybody's supposed to be normal. That's where we're supposed to start off at default. It's if you're mad,
Right?
I'm gonna tell them she's got mental health.
And you would lead with that. Because you said that, why would I lead with, if you have sound mind, why would you lead if someone has difficulties?
Because knowledge is power. It's important to let people know that you're mad in the head.
Depends on the context. And I wouldn't say that, but anyway.
I was going to say, like, what, you're using the word mad. Crazy.
What is that? Are we not allowed to use mad no more?
No, it's not that you can't use mad anymore, but it's just not, I don't think if someone's got a
Is it-
mental health issue, you calling them mad is where,
See, this
It's
whole
really
PC
awareness
culture is crazy. Because
that's not PC. Are you sick?
when someone's mad, they're mad. You get what I'm trying to say? If you're mad, if you're sick in the head, you're mad, innit?
It's
So
not PC
why can't I
culture
say it?
because that's insensitive.
So what do you say? So then that's what.
Also, it doesn't specify anything. What
Exactly.
does that mean?
Yeah, but that general term is enough for that. It's good enough in layman's terms for us who ain't professionals to know what man's talking about. If I told them you're mad, they
I
could
don't know what you mean.
gauge.
Are you talking about psychosis? Are you talking about someone's anxious? Are you
You're
saying
talking about
someone
bipolar,
has,
Could be
like,
anything.
depression.
They could meet you and they can judge and gauge for themselves how mad you are, what type of mad you are. Obviously, there's a spectrum, but at least he's giving them information. You're
This
leaving
is a
like,
wild
yo,
conversation in a
this gal-
mental health awareness
This
month.
gal is mad.
But this is the point of the awareness. We need to be talking like this. Go on, tell me.
No,
This
I'm
girl
just-
is mad. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so it would be good to lead with that so people know it. Because you know what I'm trying to say? Because obviously mental health's always in the head, so you could present like a normal person, lure people into a full sense of security, then before they know it, it's too late, they're locked in, you're mad.
So you almost say it like someone is going to lure you in and capture you, and then
It could happen. You're not crazy though, I could tell.
how can you tell?
Because you ain't got crazy eyes.
Oh,
Yeah. Some gal got crazy eyes.
It do be nice sometimes though.
It's in the eyes. You
Diddy's
can
got the
tell.
eyes.
Facts. There you go. Some
Things are
people you can
killing.
look in their eye, and I don't need the diagnosis. I don't need to know what part of the spectrum you're on. I just know trouble in there.
Yeah.
Got any examples?
What of people?
Yeah, of your colleagues.
Instead of your colleagues, you know, trying to shit stir.
No, I'm not trying to name and shame anyone in Mental Health Month.
Afraid.
No, that would
I
be.
didn't take you as a scaredy cat.
Are you
No,
alright?
it's not a scary cat. We're talking about mental health awareness. It's Mental Health Month, and you want me to sit here and make jokes about people that I actually believe have mental health
Jokes,
issues.
you just said just now you can spot by just looking at
Wow.
them.
And
And
this
I
is-
said, have you got any friends that you can let us know?
That's like negligence doing that. We've got a duty of care to protect people, Brent. That's,
How have you guided them to Dr. Money?
this is the first time I've met Dr. Money. I wasn't here last time.
Her equivalent.
I don't know. They ain't no
You don't
equivalent.
care about them then?
They ain't no equivalent.
Period.
You're one of a kind, baby.
Period.
let's start with that now.
So dumb.
Yeah, we just got
Sorry, Esther.
For what?
Margs was talking. I'm so just like fine-tuned to just go to you when something happens. I just did that and you weren't even talking.
Oh, you must have missed me so much when I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I miss you
It
too,
was
babe.
mad, you know.
Oh,
Two mad men.
so sweet.
It's in their eyes. Ah, is Emmanuel? Has he got the crazy eyes?
He ain't got crazy eyes, but when he speaks,
It activates.
Wow.
when he speaks, you know that he's not just on like one plane. You get what I'm trying to say? Like there's
It's realms.
Say
there's
cerebral.
realms.
There's
Huh?
realms.
Cerebral.
I suppose.
He's like Terrence Howard.
Essentially.
Has he got crazy eyes?
Who, Terrence?
Yes.
Terrence could be crazy though.
I don't think he's got crazy eyes there.
I don't think he's got crazy eyes, but he could be crazy though. He could be crazy.
I think he's just a character.
Also,
'Cause if
when-
he's got crazy, if he's got crazy eyes, then so does Cat Williams. I think they're the same people. One's just light skinned, the other one's darker.
Cat Williams
And
looks
one's
crazy
tall,
when
one's
he's
short.
He looks crazy when he's on high. When he's high, he looks crazy.
But,
When he's taking them drugs that he swears blind he don't never take.
but weren't we just saying that Terrence is a genius?
This it's a borderline though. A lot of geniuses are crazy.
Right. So this is why the word mads is like heavily debated because I came across when I worked in like a hospital,
Yeah.
where you know you see the most extreme cases of things. They were talking about things, and I was like, "You're right," you know. They're like, "Oh, they're watching us. Siri's listening to me right now, or they're listening to us. They're watching us," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I guess they are. Like they're actually speaking truths, but because they're doing it in a way that isn't like what we would accept in society, they're mad, and we lock them away."
With knowledge is power, innit? And with great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man told us that. Some of these people, are not prepared to take on all that knowledge. You know what I'm trying to say? And then it overwhelms them. So some of the stuff that they're saying could be right, but it's too much, and they don't know how to handle all the information that they got, and it turns them mad. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of mad people that you would have met in the home that are definitely smart, but then it turned them, switch turn, and then a lot of stuff that they do, you're saying it's not conducive to living in society, being good, and then they'll put themselves at harm, put other people at harm because of the paranoia and all these kind of things. So it's still too much. So just because two things can be true, don't mean you're not mad. Just because you're smart, don't mean you're not mad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's like the most from what you
Smartest, maddest person, you know? That's so good.
no. Dr. Mani, who is like the most likely group to be diagnosed with like mental health illnesses?
Most likely group.
but not necessarily just race, but like maybe in society. Like, because I'm thinking about people that go to war and the stuff they see and stuff like that, and like, because I feel like they're privy to a different world than the average citizen is, and I feel like they get to know what governments are really like that average citizens don't. And again, because therapy and stuff it's not mandatory when they go to, like, you can choose not to do it, and a lot of people don't. I'm just wondering like who the most vulnerable group is, or vulnerable group or most likely group in society.
People that experience some kind of trauma. So that can be war. That can be, so like trauma is the present or actually sometimes absence of an event that someone sees as like really threatening to their psychological well-being or their actual physical life that affects them for a long period of time. So people that have had a lot of that, especially in childhood, are more likely to get mental health diagnoses. They're more likely to get like physical health illnesses, STDs, drug use, and ultimately like die earlier. So people that experience a lot of trauma are most likely. Yeah, if you go to like most like mental health hospitals and you read what they've been through.
Yeah. But how do you know when trauma is trauma though?
So this is the thing. So there's the 3 E's you have to think about when we're thinking about trauma, yeah? So the first E is the event. Was the event perceived by the individual as threatening psychologically or like to their lives? And then how do they experience it? So did they experience it as threatening? And then how has it affected them? So if that person has experienced something as really threatening to their lives and it's affected them in some way, whether that's cognitively, so the way that they think, psychologically, emotionally, or physically for a long period of time, where they can't function in their lives in a way that's sort of adaptable, then we would say that's a trauma response, or you've been affected by trauma.
Can you ever like heal completely from trauma? Because I'm thinking if it changes the way your brain functions, how do you reverse that? Is it possible to reverse that?
Yeah, like in a way where it doesn't affect you in the same way. So when I'm working with people, maybe they've got like a diagnosis of PTSD or something.
Yeah.
It means that they are having flashbacks all the time. They're consciously anxious or depressed or whatever it is, right? It's really affecting their lives. And they come to me and they want to think about how to change and how they can heal from it.
Yeah.
How I describe it is almost like, say you've got your wardrobe, and you put all of your stuff in there, right? All of your clothes in there, and you try and shut it. Yeah. It's going to be hard to shut, right?
Yeah.
So then as soon as you try and get something out your wardrobe,
it's going to spill out. Yeah.
Right? And that's the effects of the trauma. So all of the difficulties that you're having, right? So then when you come to therapy, we take everything out of the wardrobe. We take all the clothes and we fold them up and then we put them back in. It's still there. You still went for it. Yeah. But next time when you are triggered or whatever, you open that wardrobe, it's not going to come out of you. You'll see it and you'll be like, okay, that's
you know how to deal with, navigate it.
I know how to navigate this now.
That's a great analogy. It's a fantastic analogy.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of you need to clear your wardrobes out then.
Some of y'all need to clear your wardrobes.
Do you think we self-diagnose too much? Like, people like potentially like speaking mental health into existence because of just all the languages that's going around at the day and age, and everybody wants to be self-sensitive and stuff. Like, are people like, they're overdoing it basically? Like, are we enabling a lot of foolish behaviour?
Definitely think people are Googling their symptoms and then saying, okay, I have this, and almost making it into a problem that might not necessarily need to be a problem. So I work with kids at the moment and they'll be on TikTok all the time. And they'll be like, I saw this on TikTok and I think I've got this. And I'll be like, okay, that could be true. But instead of saying that you have it, maybe let's explore it a little bit and get assessed. But at the same time, I do understand why people do that when they've done a lot of research, because these wait lists are long. They are long. I can't lie to you. It's long to come and see me. And if you waited a couple of years to come and see me, it's probably easier just to go ahead and just say, okay, this is what I've got.
Trying to figure out yourself.
You know what I mean? Try and figure out yourself.
Your waiting list is a couple of years.
So where I work now, you get referred. So you can get referred from a GP or school or whoever, whatever. First point of call when you're going to see me is probably a year to 18 months.
What's the point in that?
Listen,
That's
if you heard me in meetings, I'm not proud of any of this. And the way that I'm always fighting with management and all of this about waiting lists, it's disgusting. I can't even defend it. When I talk to parents or I talk to kids, I can't defend it. It's disgusting. It's an awful state out there.
Yeah, but how's that even, I get it, but obviously it's not your fault, it's not your doing, but 18 months, people might not even need you by then, or it'd be too late.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
Yeah, that's the sad part. 3 things can happen. They get better, they stay the same, or they get worse. That's all that can happen in those 18 months. There's things that you can put in place prior to getting to me, but, you know, ultimately this is the thing that they want. And sometimes the other things aren't really cutting it. But yeah, I do understand why people won't want to like wait around and they want to like self-diagnose just to understand themselves a little bit more. But also as well, we have the problem on the other end where we then make things that are normal into a problem. Everyone gets anxious. It's okay to be anxious. Like, it's normal. Everyone, gets angry or whatever. But then sometimes they'll go online, see something, and then they'll be like, I have X, Y, and Z. And it's like, maybe you don't. Maybe you do.
So some things are normal emotions and like normal feelings to have. Do you feel like to an extent, like in a way, depression is kind of like a normal feeling to have, but then when it obviously gets extreme is when it should. So is there a case where if you're like feeling sad or feeling low and that's depression, like very mild, or is it a case of that's just you feeling low down and whatever, but then when it gets extreme is when it's actually called depression? 'Cause I feel like sometimes we throw terms around as well, like because people don't really understand. Like I've seen people have a sad day, and it's like, oh, I'm so depressed and But it's like I also know people who deal with depression and it's a deeper thing.
Any diagnosis you have to make, right? The key part of it is that it's affecting your daily life for an extended period of time. So yes, we all get sad and yes, we all get down, and people might say, okay, I'm depressed. And I kind of understand sometimes when people say things like, so if someone comes to me and they say like something that we see as like extreme language, like, oh, I'm depressed or something, I'm always a bit like curious about it because sometimes that extreme language is to try and show you how deeply they're feeling it.
Yeah.
Because if they say, oh, I'm sad, it probably doesn't cut it for that. They really want me to understand how deep it is.
How deep it, yeah.
So it might not be a diagnosis, but an expression of how they're actually feeling. So I do understand why people do that as well. But if you're thinking about an actual diagnosis, it has to be for an extended period of time.
What do you say to those people that say depression is a choice?
When people say it's a choice, I'm not sure if you've been depressed before. That's what I'd say.
Like, then people because people try to say like you're choosing to be depressed, just snap out of it and just be more positive and
Just man up.
It's wild.
Yeah, but then I've seen hella men that are depressed, but you wouldn't think it because they seem like they're coping, but they still are because someone told them to man up. So it's like, okay, I do understand, like, there is a point where you need to make actions. If I'm working with someone that is depressed, the therapy is all about doing something. That's what we know, like, makes people get better. Like, you have to do things. You have to get up. You have to go outside. But I can't assume that they're going to be doing this, like, overnight if they've been depressed for months.
It might not be overnight, but a majority of the people come to that conclusion themselves. A lot of people feel depressed or experience depression at some point in their life. Obviously, the cases vary. Some are more extreme than others. But I would say it's the majority of people don't come to doctors and get help. They come out of it. They go through it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm saying all them choices that you're talking about, the majority of people make them and come to them realizations for themselves, for them to come out of the depression anyway. So obviously, I'm not saying it's an easy choice to make, but it's something that they done, but that they didn't need the direction or the thing in it. So that means there is something to it then that it is, obviously, I'm not saying it's easy.
But then do they though? Because again, if you're just going to be temporarily, like basically a temporary fix, is that like a long last? Is there going to be a long lasting effect of you getting yourself out of it? Do you get what I mean? Like, are they actually, for lack of a better word, fixed? If that makes sense. Are they actually better? Better is a better word. Are they actually better? Are they feeling better, or have they just convinced themselves that they've gotten themselves out of it? And like the wardrobe analogy, are they then something's gonna happen, and then now more falls on you? Do you get what I mean? Because sometimes, like, I used to do this thing where if I'm dealing with something, I would just kind of like just shut it out kind of thing. And I feel like I'm fine. Like, I've dealt with that. I haven't really dealt with it totally, but dealt with it enough to just kind of lock it away and store it somewhere. But then when something happens, now I'm not just dealing with this thing that's happened. I'm dealing with the other thing that I didn't really deal with. And so it feels like I'm dealing with more at this point. So it could be that if you feel like you can, get yourself out of it, are they really getting themselves out of it, or are they just storing it away in their brain? Do you get what I mean?
I don't know. Can you ever really heal that or fix that, or is it just finding coping mechanisms and just understanding who you are and how you deal with things and just like your emotions and stuff like that? Or is that something that can you genuinely fix or cure, whatever the word is?
Yeah. No, it depends what the person wants to do. Like sometimes I'll work with people and I'll be like, okay, what is it that you want? Do you want to just learn how to deal with it? And so then every time it comes up, you can, or do you want to get down to the root of it? Do you want to actually think about the past and maybe some things that you've been through and think a little bit about what are the underlying processes that are going on here? Some people don't want to do that. I'm not going to force you to do it.
What's the more effective route to take there? It would go into the roots, wouldn't it?
Going to the roots obviously is effective.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, and some people don't get time for that, so they don't want to do that. But having some coping mechanisms also is effective as well. It's really down to the individual and how much it impacts their life and the things that they want to do. What we know, like the research says, that regardless of what type of therapy you do, the relationship you have with your therapist is like the main changing thing. So I can tell people to do all these skills. If they don't like me, then they might not do it. Do you know what I mean? It won't be as effective. So it's about making sure that you've had a relationship that you feel like you can talk to the person, even if it is just about skills and you feel safe with the person. That's one of the main things that was important.
I can't imagine having a therapist I don't like.
I've had
I'm not paying you to not like you. The hell you
I've
think
had
this
one
is?
as well. I've had one with, yeah. I'm not liked her.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you stay with her for long?
I dumped her, broke up with her.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I'm not doing, of all the things I'm not doing in my life and all the problems I'm coming here with, you are not one of them. Hell no.
Yeah, I'm not a therapy kind of babes, I don't think.
You haven't tried it.
Is that true? I've been to therapy before.
How was it?
Was it when you were younger there?
Waste. Huh?
When you were younger?
Yeah.
That don't count. Well, it does count, actually. I'm going to dismiss it. But how old were you?
15.
Yeah, you got to do it again.
I didn't. Right. It was a bereavement.
That's what I'm saying.
I just went one time. I said I ain't going back to this shit.
Exactly. But I feel like if you tried it now, you would have a very different experience.
I don't feel like I need to.
What was it about it? What, you went once and you were 15. So someone told you to go more time. You didn't ask to go.
No, my school made me go.
Yeah. That happens with my kids all the time. No one's like,
Yeah.
kids, like no one's, sometimes that does happen, but a lot of the time, the kids I work with, someone's told them to be here. So
Yeah. I feel like it's different when you choose to be there.
yeah.
And I feel like I feel like even if out of curiosity, you choose to be curious and find out what it's like, your experience will be very different to if someone told you to go. Because it's like you being told to basically go to school or do your homework.
Yeah, but I don't have no questions.
You think that?
How can I think I don't have questions?
Because I thought the same thing. And
I don't struggle.
that invoice in my bank account every month is saying different.
I don't struggle with bereavement like that.
But not necessarily with bereavement, just life in itself.
I don't struggle with life like that. I've been through enough. Like I understand it. Like I get it. I don't have questions.
But do you feel like the things that you've been through have had an effect on you and still have an effect on who you are today?
Yeah, probably because they just makes up my personality and the decisions that I make and these kind of things. But I'm saying I don't have questions though. I understand why I am how I am. I understand why I feel how I feel. I understand when things hurt, why they hurt. I understand my emotions. I don't have questions. There's no longing to unpack and understand why I'm thinking it. I'm happy with how I am. I don't feel like there's anything that I want to change. I'm not doing negative things and stuff that I need to go and unpack. So I want to change to stop me doing these things. I understand I am how I am. I've been through what I've been through. I'm going where I'm going. I don't have these longing questions of the whys and hows and whatnot. If there was things that I was doing that was detrimental to me, then all right, cool. Let me go and get that looked at. But I don't feel like I'm walking in that light. I don't feel like I'm living in that. You know what I'm trying to say? Again, there are things that are a result of things that I've been through, but I've kind of understand it. Like people will turn to like drugs and stuff and alcohol and abusing or that. I don't think I'd do that. in a certain sense. Obviously, I know like smoking and drinking to be liberated. Probably
gal.
feels. Yeah, I probably do it more with gal than other stuff. But then again, who wants to? Why would I want to change that?
Yeah,
Like,
but that's what people say about like heroin. And why would I want it? It makes me feel so
heroin
great.
and gal is two different
No,
things.
it's getting both of you high.
relationships. I know.
Huh?
Do it again. Trying it again.
That's why you do therapy. Because she's trying to talk seriously, and you're trying to deflect.
Yeah, it's deflecting.
imagine?
But no, it's fine. It's fine. If you don't want to, it's not by force. Yeah, it's really not by force. But sometimes relationships are a form of self-harm.
That's true.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. This is very serious. How can one say you do a podcast with loons? Stop the foolishness. That's why you need therapy.
Yeah, you said that relationships are for self-harm. What do you mean by that?
So sometimes people will get into relationships and it's because it's what's familiar to them. It's like, and it's harmful. Yeah. But they
The relationship
know
is
maybe-
harmful.
Yeah, the relationship is harmful.
Okay.
And then maybe they're used to a harmful relationship because of parents or whatever when they're growing up, right? And it's easy, it's what they're used to. But you're bawling every night. You're crying every night. You're getting into fights. You're getting into arguments. It's really toxic for you. And you know part of you's like, oh, I shouldn't really be doing this. This is not really what I want. But somehow you keep going back. You keep going back. And it's because it may be a reflection of your self-worth and how you perceive yourself.
And when you say relationships, because I'm thinking friendships as well.
Yeah, it can be friendships.
All the ships.
all the ships. And it's harder because obviously, like, if we're thinking about, say, like family, for example, it's harder to say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna cut this person off. But
it's not helping you.
Sometimes.
Sorry to cut you there because Brian said something that's just killing me. He said, could the good doctor explain the relation between snoring and mental health? This guy's snoring down the yard and he thinks he's crazy.
Nah, it's spirits.
Snoring.
It's spirits. It's fighting demons
I
in
think
his
he needs
sleep.
to explain that. Can you call? Because I don't understand. Like,
He said,
snoring.
he said if there is any, I think he's just trying to find reasons as to why he's snoring.
Why he's snoring?
Oh,
That might be a medical
I'll go to
issue.
a doctor.
He's just tired.
I would
Sleep,
go to a
That's a
medical
medical
doctor.
thing.
I'll go to a
Sleep
medical
apnea.
doctor. Yeah. If anything, your sleep, if you're not sleeping through the night, that can affect your mental health. But I wouldn't say your mental health is
Causing you to snore.
causing you to snore.
Definitely medical, babe.
Yeah, I think
Brian,
you might
go
need to
check
go
a
to
doctor out.
your GP, love.
I don't sleep good though.
You don't?
I don't like close my eyes and just wake up in this morning. That's not a thing for me.
What happens?
I'm aware that I'm sleeping all night. I'm up. I'm waking up. I'm going back to bed.
Excuse me.
So you're always in that kind of like wake sleep bit, like the bit
Sorry.
when you're
Kind of
I'm so
what
sorry,
I've been
Dr. Mani. I'm
dreaming.
sorry.
This girl
When
was talking
no,
about-
don't you
this girl's
get,
talking about-
don't you put your finger down. When I said this, you just sat here like I was the craziest person you ever heard.
You
and
said
you're
you-
gonna no.
You
no,
said
I'm
you're
not
doing
done yet.
crosswords. You
And
said
then
you're-
you're
you
going
said
to
she's in
let
her
him
sleep.
say that you were mute as well.
She said
You
she's in
even
her
referenced this
sleep.
yesterday as well about me.
Look,
What did he say?
He said
you said 1 second. Let me
when he's sleeping, he's awake.
No, not like that. Look, you said you don't sleep. When you're sleeping, you're doing crosswords. You're thinking about the meals that you're going to make for the next day, your outfit, all while she's
I'm
sleeping.
conscious.
She's conscious the whole time. That's what she said.
And what
never
did you
said
just
that.
say?
I said, I don't close my eyes and then blink. And because it used to happen, I used to close my eyes and I used to wake up and it was morning. That doesn't happen to me. I toss and turn. I know how I wake up multiple times throughout the night.
First of all, now you're adding things to it. I said just say what it is that you
like I have
previously
different
said.
dreams and stuff, and then I will stop them and wake up and rest. So my sleeping process, I know it's been a long time because I can feel it. If that makes sense. I wake up, I think a couple hours have passed, up again, I go down again. It's not just like boom with sleep, old school, or certain times you can just sleep and you knock out, gone, conk out, and you wake up and it's the morning and you're refreshed.
You don't go into deep sleep, basically.
But that's not what you
saying.
said though. You said when you're sleeping, you're awake.
I never said I'm awake. I said I'm aware that I'm sleeping. I'm aware of my
And that's
sleep
exactly what I
process.
said. And you lost Snickers was in a twist.
No, you was doing high level algebra in your
Whatever,
sleep.
whatever. Anyways, it's fine. Whatever. I'm done.
I'm not finished with you yet. How you've
I'm
just
finished with you.
described it, I don't think it's like what she said.
It's not. It's not at all.
course
I
it's
don't
not.
think it's not. I don't think it's the same. She was very much
Origin sleep. I don't think it's not.
awake, like just very, just extremely conscious. You know, like, do you remember of the stuff? I can't remember exactly some of the examples that you gave, but you was like, you could have You could have done anything. You could do anything in your sleep, actually.
That's good.
I told you that Terrence Howard said his first ever memory was in his mother's womb.
And I kissed my teeth.
And I said, that's the same vibe that our babes Esther's on. We need to get to her
Sorry
level.
now. Wait,
We
what?
need to get to her level because there is something in that, I think it's also tied to why it is that you're such an empath, that you see through, in, around, all over the gaff, because you're wired in a special way,
I'm definitely wired in a special way because I
in a
can
heavenly way.
100%. Like it's a gift I have.
Yeah,
It's
and
it's a heavy. Yeah, it's definitely. Child, I'm trying to be ungrateful these days, but it's definitely a heavy
Yeah.
gift and a curse. Like I can look at people, and I can tell you how they're feeling, and I can see like sadness with them. Like they can be in a room, they can be the loudest person, they can be or they can be sitting by themselves. Whatever, I can just tell you that person's got a very, very deep sadness, blah, blah, blah. And if I start talking to them, it all comes out.
So do you tell them? Do you go up to them and strangers and say, "Oh, I could tell you that you're sad."
I don't
to
tell
the
people like I
deep
can tell
sadness."
that, but I'm drawn to people like that. Like I'm drawn to like to love them and want to like be compassionate and want to be kind to them and want to just give them warmth.
That's nice.
And all those on the outside, like looking in, mock you because they don't understand this gift of yours.
I'm a unicorn.
Yeah, just like Terrence Howard.
No, not like Terrence. I'm not Terrence.
Do you have any tips on how to find?
Idiots. You're so annoying.
Do you have any tips on how to find a good therapist? Like what kind of things people should be looking for?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Like maybe you want to start with, okay, do you want them to be a certain gender? Do you want them to be a certain race?
Yeah.
Do you want them to be,
Yeah, no, I prefer a gal therapist. And she
Why
have-
is that?
You get dumped.
Because you know what it
The
is?
therapist will dump you.
It's information is just easier to receive from people that I'm attracted to.
Can you imagine? No, but that's
So
part
you
of the
think you'd
problem.
be attracted to your therapist?
If you was my therapist,
Third strike.
I'm just
Not
saying.
third strike. She's been taking strikes. She's been making notes. You're done.
I'd want my therapist to be Leng.
You are done.
Because, you know what I'm saying? It's just easier to digest information from pretty faces. That's just what I heard. It's market research. That's not even me.
Is there something in that, Dr. Amani? Because I don't know if it is that he's all the way being obtuse. I think that it's easier to listen and pay attention, not to listen, to pay attention to somebody that's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. But I'm wondering why that's your first thing for a therapeutic relationship.
That's what made you go with that first?
I don't know, man. It's got my priorities and all, doing it.
Is there someone on the line?
Because
There's someone on the line.
Tell me something. So let's just say you had Margs as a client. Would you be able to
Ooh.
just
Deal
bat
with this.
away all of that?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm different in so I'd be saying you're deflecting, or I'd be saying why do you think that's appropriate? Because you might do it, especially when we're getting down to something deep, and I'm like, why is it that now we're talking
Oh, you
about
did?
this? You feel like you want to do that?
That's fair enough.
Catch you off guard.
I hear you, but how you saying that? I don't know
Well,
if
it's too sweet.
You lean in,
You're
you know?
saying it's too
Yeah,
Right.
Friend.
So then what
Mark
happens
is
when
such a whore. Mark is like, hold my hand and let me take you there.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. So what happens when you look?
Let's
What happens
discuss.
when you look deep into my heart, into my soul, into my brain, and you realize he's not deflecting.
He means this shit.
He's genuine.
means it.
This is some of the realest shit he ever wrote.
Ah,
Then you're gonna
gosh.
diagnose.
In his realest bars.
Then you're gonna diagnose me and say, you know what, this man
You know
is
what?
crazy. This is a crazy man.
No,
old
because it
meds.
happens though. Sometimes your client fancies you small.
That's
Sometimes
wild.
your
But then if you know that, then do you have to like? What do you do? If
have
you
a
know
conversation.
Okay, so
it.
obviously, because that's inappropriate, innit? So if your
Yeah.
client fancies you and he's overstepping the mark and doing stuff like that, you'll shut it down, right?
No, but you said have a
yeah,
conversation.
yeah, no, we talk about boundaries. I set boundaries
Okay.
from the get go.
Would you have the conversation if the shoes on our foot, if you was feeling your client? Would you tell him, like, you know what,
That's never,
brother?
that's
Huh?
never happened. That's never happened. But
Hypothetical.
hypothetically, if I was feeling him,
Mm.
I really can't imagine that happening. But
she's got the ick.
like, I
I
actually
feel like therapists must have all the icks.
I just
Okay,
can't
do you-
imagine
when you-
feeling my client.
When you meet people, not clients or whatever like that, I'm just saying when you just meet men, you're getting to know them and stuff like that. Are you always doing your doctor thing?
No, I told you that's the cost money.
Period.
But like,
No, but how do you
Speak on
switch
it.
it off?
As
If
in-
someone says something, if you pick up signs or you pick up red flags and you're thinking, okay, you know what? This man here, there's trouble in
I know you were gonna say that, so just say it with your chest.
trauma or something.
What
Because how could you not pick up on it if that's what you do all the time?
I do pick up on things probably more than they pick it up themselves. Me, I'm like, if we're in a dating situation, and I would have a conversation about like whether he thinks he's sort of like dealing with that. Is that something he's thought about? Not like just out of the blue, it would be a part of our conversation. And if
Okay,
he's
yeah.
telling me that like, nah, like it's good, isn't it? Like it's my personality. I'm out.
What's wrong
So
with
is
it?
it like a requirement for you for someone on the phone, innit?
I'm hearing a knocking. Hold up.
See, I told you, there's been someone there because the phone rang.
There's nobody on the phone.
Morning.
There's nobody on the phone. But it is the
Knock,
phone
knock,
line.
knock.
Interesting.
I'm knocking. Don't come knocking on my door.
It stopped now.
Okay.
Thank you, Ramsey.
Oh, we got
Oh.
Ramsey, our babes.
Thanks. What was your? Sorry, I'm lost. What was the thing again?
We're talking about like picking a good therapist. I do think there is a thing with definitely like wanting to have a therapist that's relatable to you. So when I wanted a therapist, I definitely wanted a Christian. That was important to me. That was the first thing actually. That was very important to me. I wanted someone that was black. That was also important to me. I wanted him to understand my blackness and stuff like that. Not necessarily African. I didn't really mind about that. And then also, I wanted a woman. I definitely wanted a woman, just because I feel like I just feel like women, like black women, get it. Like I feel safe around black women. So yeah, that was my thing. And then my first therapist, she was like a fairy godmother. She reminded me of my grandma so much. Loved her. Like I just loved that. And then my second therapist, brilliant as well.
Yeah. So what it
Yeah.
was basically saying is that you felt safe with these people.
Yeah.
Because like they looked like you or they had a similar belief
Yeah,
as you.
exactly.
Or something. That's what I was saying. So the most important thing is about feeling safe with someone.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're going to feel safer with a woman or a black woman or
Yeah.
a Christian or whatever, then go for that. Some people actually don't want the same race or same gender or anything
Yeah.
like that because they're like, you're too close to whatever the thing
whatever
that
I'm
might be
dealing
troubling
with.
me, then you're too close to that.
It's because you're going to try and understand me without understanding me. You're going to use that familiarity, that whether it be the same cultural background, the same colour, the same kind of general lived experiences, and I feel like you know me, and then anything that you tell me is kind of going to come from that place. Whereas if I'm coming for that to get a checkup under the hood and see what's really wrong, I want someone. How can I explain this? I want someone who's not.
Like objective, completely objective.
Yeah, you're not used to none of this. You don't know none of this stuff to tell me what you're hearing from your point of view. You get me what I'm saying? Because I might can say something and even say it blasé, but you know what I'm talking about and you think of it. I need someone that's going to challenge me and check me and be like, whoa, 1 second, that's not why you done. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That might be more better rather than having someone that I just click with and that feels like they know, man. And
That's
it's
so
like, no.
funny.
Friends or like something
Yeah,
like
I want
that,
to be. I want my experiences to be totally alien to the
Yeah.
person I'm talking to, so I can get a real response of what they're hearing. Not someone who's used to it. Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about because my brothers went through this and my cousins and I've got family. No, I need someone to tell me that this is not like normal. You know what I'm trying to say? That from a different landscape, so they can be horrified, essentially, and give me their real rap.
Do you know, it's so funny though, because I'm the complete opposite of that. Like, the reason why I wanted someone that was black was because I didn't want to have to explain things. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to have to explain like cultural things or like black things. I just didn't want to do that. I feel like I spend my life explaining things in the real world. I didn't want therapy to be somewhere where I'm also like explaining all those things. And that's so interesting. Because I literally thought, I want to be someone who can relate. And I think in my mind, I was like, you've done your degree, you're qualified, you're going to be professional. So I don't expect you to project on me. And sorry, but I'm not paying you to hear about your life. Sorry. Do you get me? So I guess in my mind, I just assumed that wouldn't be a factor in there.
Yeah, I know. In my mind, I'm thinking like, say if I'm talking about like my criminal past or something like that, this person might not never be a criminal in their life, but if you're from a certain place, you grew up in a certain demographic and this thing, you're gonna be able to relate to it in some way, shape, or form. Some member of your family, some member of your friend, there's something there in it, and that's gonna play a part in how you communicate with me and the things that you say. I would rather it be someone that is say like, no, this is society.
Right.
This is not normal. If that makes sense, like society, we're not supposed to be living like this. Do you
Yeah,
get what I mean?
No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Wait, is someone on the phone? Or...
Yeah. Good
Oh,
morning.
sorry, caller.
Yep. Morning, guys. Black Rob here. How you doing?
Morning, how are you?
Man?
Hi.
I'm good. Dr. Imani, I think earlier on in the show, I think Brent asked a question about, I don't know. He was talking about how is it, actually, let me just go straight. There was like, I've been reading a lot of papers about like, there's a lot of social contagion when it comes to, the whole thing of self-diagnosis and if there's actually more depression or if it's just like people saying they're more depressed because of it being like more prevalent. And there's some research papers that was talking about like it being a social contagion. And when I used that word before, I'm not trying to sound all smart and airy-fairy. It's because it was the terminologies that they used in these papers. And when they're talking about social contagion, they were saying how like, contagion is the word they use for like viruses or airborne diseases. So like social contagion is just like how like the yellow bus theory where you see if you talk about yellow buses all the time or you play the game, then you always see yellow buses. And they're talking about how like there's actually some data to back the fact that because it's become so much in the zeitgeist of like depression, anxiety, mental health, all that stuff, while it's been positive because it shines a light on it, so more people are getting diagnosed that wouldn't have got diagnosed in previous years. There's also like actually a large majority of the new diagnoses out of the ones that were just people that were missed out in previous years are just people that are kind of almost like, think that it's almost like a placebo effect where they think they might think they're depressed or maybe they're self-diagnosing because it's a social contagion where you see it in the news a lot, you identify with it a lot, so you think it's something that you have when it potentially could just be like you're feeling depressed as opposed to being depressed. And they said that accounts for quite a lot of the new cases of it as opposed to like a smaller percentage of the case where it's like people that genuinely have some sort of issue that they were slipping through the cracks in previous generations. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I think it's similar to what I was saying in that, that contagion, if that's what we're going to go with, like is awareness, right? And then people are starting to talk about it more and learn about it more. But the bits that are missed out in regards to being able to actually diagnose is that thing of it being a extended period of time. That's not something that tends to be in the news or in the messaging. It just tends to be like, oh, if you feel like this, that means that you might be depressed. And I get why they do that because it needs to be quick and snappy information for people and they need to get that. But I guess that's why it's important to go to then a professional if you actually genuinely think that might be the case, where we can really think about this and unpick it to think about whether it meets a diagnostic criteria. Does that answer your question or do you need more?
No, it does. It was just more me just wanted to get your opinion on that because you're the professional, so I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's a thing that people are learning about it and then probably diagnosing themselves or just being a bit more aware and privy and using that language, and that's fine and that can be good. But I guess it depends on the length in which you go to now that you're aware of it. Like, are you now gonna, I don't know, try and seek medication that you don't need, like that kind of thing. Like that's when you need to be thinking, oh, do we really need to do this? But if you're just going to start doing things that are a bit better for you, a bit more healthy, like a better lifestyle, then that's okay. Another thing is when it comes to like the awareness and contagion and stuff is that, and the amount of people that are coming out, one of the biggest things that we know that affects people's mental health is like society, especially like poverty, right? People are getting poorer and poorer. And people can't afford to like buy food and those things, like those kind of stressors are more prevalent now or becoming more prevalent. So it's understandable that there's going to be more depression or more anxiety or more like those factors as well that people probably don't think about as much as we do in terms of how much it affects people.
Okay.
Have you ever gone to therapy, Black Rob?
No, I'm in Margs' boot. I'm pretty self-aware, so I know all my problems.
Okay.
All right then. What? Okay, thanks for your call, Rob.
I had one more question, one more thing as well. One more.
He's got one more thing.
Can I-
He's got one more thing.
Go
One more.
on, King.
One more. One more. So basically, what's your thoughts on do you know like I think it was, I can't remember the year it was, but gender dysphoria was considered a mental health illness until it was reclassified like a couple of years ago, and when it was reclassified, it was around the same time as a specific movement became more prevalent. So, what's your thoughts on political movements help shaping the reclassification of stuff that's actually academic? So, social issues affecting how academic research is done and affecting how things are classified in these spaces.
Yeah. What I will say is academia and all of those things is political. Mental health is political, and they're always going to be kind of intertwined and affect one another. And that's something we definitely can't escape. Even I would just say to people, just be a bit like aware about what you're reading and stuff, and like, you know, who it's funded by, etc., etc. But I think that what we need to be conscious about as well is that just because something is it's said that it's a diagnostic thing or it's like a problem or a quote unquote illness, remember that these things always change over time as well as social movements happen. So society and people and movements and liberation, I guess, affects our academia as well as politics. So it's one of those things that we can't, like, the relationship is ongoing. So for example, back in the day, if a slave tried to run away, that was a mental illness. That's what they thought it was. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now we can look at it and be like, that doesn't make any sense. So just be conscious that, you know, movements affect what is seemed as normal, quote unquote normal, and that affects like my work and academia and research and diagnoses, etc.
Black Rob, before you go, quick take or thoughts on Von.
Von send it for me, innit? See, this is the problem we have, man. Because I'm a nerd and I read books and I'm a nerd, so man send it for me.
What do you think about Von?
What do you think? What do I think about Von? Von's cool, man. He's alright. What do you mean? What do I think about Von? You're saying I should get on Bumble?
Your analysis of Von.
Von's a clown. That's my analysis.
Right,
I'm a clown too. So
love you.
Right.
Bye. They're having a little tiff in the chat.
Oh, are they? Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna say they're beefing. They're active though. I always see them. I like when Black Rob talks.
How come they just telling everybody that they got all these HDs nowadays? Instead, like
HD. Say what?
ADHDs.
Sorry,
the
that's
other
a
one?
wild. You said
What's the other one?
HDs.
What's the other one? Go on. What's the other HD?
I don't know. She don't know.
No, that's why I was confused. I was like, what's a HD?
I'm just saying, there's rather like they just telling all the kids that that's what they got nowadays. Whereas before they were just bad. You get
So
me?
they were bad breed youths,
And they grew out of it, and all this stuff. They like all the things that happen. Yeah.
Did you?
Yes. I would have been diagnosed with ADHD. I don't think anyway.
No, yeah.
Don't think so. But I'm saying there was kids in my school from when I was younger that if it was this day and age, they would have said they got all types of HDs.
Yeah.
But now they're adults. They're fine.
Right.
And they never got no treatment or never got a thing. And then now with these kids, any little thing, they're just saying, yeah, that's what they got.
I hear you. Listen, a lot of my work is just ADHD assessments. And it is, like, we talk about this at work all the time. There's a very big rise in it, like thinking about ADHD. But I guess what we're thinking about is neurodiversity, right? So neurodiversity, you know what that is? I'll explain anyway, in case people don't know. But then, so neurodiversity is the idea that some people have characteristics that means that they might not be what we call neurotypical and what we would expect from this society. I want to make that really clear because I don't always think that people are the problem sometimes.
1 second, caller.
And it is something that definitely needs to be thought about and assessed properly. And I do sometimes get children where, okay, I think they have ADHD, and I sit them down and talk to them. They're traumatized. They're traumatized. And sometimes, especially in children, ADHD and trauma can look quite similar because they don't know what to do with all of this anxiety. So then maybe they're really active. Uh-oh. I told you that.
Okay, so
Or maybe, yeah, if they're traumatized, they find it really hard to pay attention, that kind of thing. So it is sometimes down to people's experiences, and that can affect their behaviors and how they think. But outside of all of that, ADHD also can be a very real thing, or is a real thing for people, sorry. And then when you're talking about when people grow up, it looks different as you grow up as well. So maybe you aren't always like jumping around. Maybe it's something else.
have you ever boxed a kid that might present like with the ADHD thing, but then you sit down and you're saying like, no, he hasn't.
Yeah, I've had to tell parents that I don't think your child has ADHD. Sometimes they're not happy about it, but
Okay, they want him to have it.
it's easy. It can be. It's something that you can say, and you can be like, okay, yeah, like my child has this, and it can explain things. When there's been times, and I want to really specify to people, this is very specific cases, where parenting and household experiences, what's going on in the house, is affecting their child, and it looks like ADHD. But until we've sorted that out, I will not give you a diagnosis.
What's ADHD stand for?
Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So attention deficit. So
Ain't it like just attention deficit disorder?
yes. So then there's the hyper. You can take out the hyperactivity bit.
So it's ADHD and ADD.
So what's the difference? One's just hyper.
So one year has. So when we're thinking about it, you have to think about whether there's examples of inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. If we don't see the hyperactivity or impulsivity, but we see a potential deficit in attention, then we would think about ADD.
So when
Well,
you
like
tell
just being able to pay
parents-
attention for something for long, like.
Yeah, they can't. Like even if they're interested in it, they just can't. Like they literally just
It's not
can't.
there.
They can't hold a conversation with you. Their mind is everywhere, fleeting. They can't do their schoolwork, so it affects their grades. Like loads of things.
I got ADD. Sorry, yes, I
I need to go.
No, I wasn't
formal-
fighting it. I was
formal
gonna let you
assessment.
just sit with that thought. I wasn't saying anything. I thought if you think you do, then because I was thinking, do I have ADD? But I don't think so. What's my attention span like? I don't know. I'm gonna have to. But then if you don't have, sorry, someone online.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
someone was on. Oh my god.
Sorry,
Sorry,
caller.
go on.
Who's on the line?
Why do you say something, Brent?
Hello, yeah.
Oh, you need to fix that first. Sounds like you're like running on the train tracks. Can anyone else hear that? Or was it just me?
No, everybody's saying it. You need to call back.
Are they
Yeah,
calling
call
on
back,
WhatsApp?
please. Call out. We need a better line.
Are they calling on WhatsApp?
No.
So then, does having low attention span automatically mean that you are a candidate for ADHD or ADD, or is that also a normal thing?
Look, we all have attention spans of ants these days, yeah?
Yeah.
Like social media, TikTok, with all of those things, right?
Yeah.
Our brains are just constantly like this all the time. So we've definitely been affected, but we need to have seen it from young. So when I'm doing assessment, I'm even talking
I
about.
just want to ask one question.
Sorry, 1 second. Go on, finish your thought. Sorry.
So I'll say, so when I'm thinking about it, I will even talk about when they were like 2 years old.
Oh, okay.
And I need to see it from very early.
Okay. Okay.
And there can't have been like any head injuries, etc., etc.
Who's on the phone?
Morning.
It's morning, guys. It's a new member.
Morning.
Morning. Yes, a new member. I work for the council, Camden Council.
Okay.
I'm a Somali guy.
Okay.
When you're talking about the member, the host, guys, thank you guys, everything. I think I've got PTSD. I think I'm not diagnosed, but I think where I've been going back to my homeland, I've seen bombing, seen killing. So I've seen arms and everything. Is that, would you, for the host, can I ask
The doctor.
the attribute? Huh? Yeah, like, not a doctor. I don't need a doctor kind of thing because I
No, she's a
believe
doctor.
I'm a Muslim.
She's a doctor.
Yeah, you can ask her.
Huh?
Ask her.
Yeah, I guess it's a doctor.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you just say you don't need a doctor? You're Muslim?
So I'm a Muslim and I'm Somali as well.
Okay.
But what I want to know is ADHD is something that's hyperactive. I'm not a really hyperactive guy kind of thing because of the substance is slowing me down kind of thing. But do you reckon I do have PTSD?
I can't diagnose you with a phone call, Han. You'd have to go and speak
Okay,
to someone
but
about it. I
I'll-
wouldn't be able to do that over a
What
phone.
substance,
Also,
though?
what substance
Yeah.
slowed you down?
The weed
Okay.
Yeah, it does that.
and the liquor.
Do you feel like you prefer to be high? Do you feel like you need it so you're not thinking about the things that you saw back home?
Yeah, I can't sleep.
Oh,
That's
damn.
number one. And then, number one, I can't sleep. Number two, and it's haram. You know, Margs. You know,
I
like,
know, actually, come on.
yeah, come on. And when you see a lot of pain, yeah, right, and you know how Camden is, it's so like I can't sleep. I can't really exactly what.
What's your name? What's your name, bro? 'Cause you never said.
Did you say his name though? He's
Oh,
wait.
Chamber.
Oh, never mind. You gone.
Chambo.
We didn't talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right, so Chambo, has hearing this conversation inspired you to like want to go and see someone and have a conversation?
It does. I'm glad to, but you know how it is, Margs. Yeah, is the fact that where the man then beware. It's like, why are you talking? Why are you doing the rah kind of thing? Like you're talking, and
Yeah,
then
but you can't worry about anybody else because you're the one that's going through it, and you're the one that can't sleep, and you're the one that's taking
and you
lots of
can't.
substances
Yeah,
to get through it. Maybe
Yeah.
you should look into it. You
Yeah.
should Google it and see if there's anyone in your area that you can go and see. Try
but
and book
see, the
something.
Googling thing is a wrong information. So I'm thinking the lady.
Yeah, I was
she
gonna ask
knows
this one. What
what's
do you
the-
think he should do? Like, what do you think? What kind of help do you think he should try
Yeah,
and seek?
what? Yeah.
Okay, so the first protocol is going to be your GP. So go to your GP and describe
I'm a
what you're
diabetic. Type 1 diabetic.
You're diabetic?
Yeah, type 1.
Right, so that's something you obviously, I'm assuming you go to your GP about. So maybe in one of those appointments, you can talk to them about the other things that you've been going through. And then they can refer you on. And they most likely will refer you to a place called IAPT. And IAPT is a service that exists in every part of the country. And it's sort of like a...
What's that? How do you spell it then? How do you spell it?
If you just IAPT. IAPT, yeah. So it stands for Improving Access to Psychological Therapies.
Okay, yep.
And everyone, you can even self-refer, to be honest. And you can find your local one online, and you can talk to someone about, whether you would need some support or whether you would like benefit from a diagnosis and what that might mean for you, because it means different things for different people. Some people don't want the diagnosis; they just want the help, and that's okay as well. But for you, it sounds like there's quite a few things going on, and I think you should really talk to someone about it and just think about what can happen next.
Though, I was gonna say to you guys, yeah, in our community, in our Somali community, it's very heavy. We're really gang war kind of thing. Going back home, so our mums look at us and our faces looking at, go back home. And then when we go back home, it's really even worse how it goes. It's really like, when it comes to the black community, and we consider ourselves black as well, it's really bad. I'm saying, I'm really bad.
Yeah, and it's that's definitely with someone that is culturally aware. So kind of going back to, we were talking about, do you want someone the same race and stuff? I get what you mean when you say you wouldn't want someone maybe knowing, but in these circumstances, maybe it's good to know like what it's like to be a Somali person that knows their history, etc. So they can think about how all of these things might be impacting you. And I understand the cultural thing about maybe not wanting to talk and it being hard and the man them saying, oh, why are you doing all of this stuff? But like Mark said, it's you that can't sleep, So,
Chambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
I think you should go to your GP and talk to them and let them know what you're going through and get referred to someone. And you should come back and let us know when you've got an appointment with someone, so we know how you're getting on. Because there's people in the community that do care about what you're going through.
Yeah, facts.
Are you gonna do that for us then, yeah?
We talk.
Shame, boy.
We
talk.
Yeah,
just get an appointment. Just get an
you should.
appointment and let us know when you got an appointment.
You
Get
called.
an
I feel like even you calling up. You calling up is a big deal.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more.
We appreciate you
Thank
calling,
you
man.
so much. Thank you.
Say no more.
Take care of yourself. Have a great day.
Bye.
And I don't think you can snitch on your mental well-being, surely.
No,
Nah,
because
man.
they can't. That'll be that's a lawsuit.
What?
Sorry, what were you talking about? You talking about because he gave us all that
Yeah,
information.
he talked about the whole.
Yeah.
I can't go talking because we don't talk
Oh, the
too much. But you can't snitch on your mental health well-being. You can't.
But this
Not
is why
snitching now.
all of these things are stupid, because look how far people can take it. Like, I can't say anything. Like all of these rules and stuff. Please go talk to someone.
Please.
Like, and it's confidential. And I know a lot of people get worried. Like, if I say, Have we put trigger warnings up, by the way? Sorry, we
Hold
should.
up.
No, we
'Cause,
haven't.
yeah,
I've
just
got them.
It's like he's got a new sticker. There we
yeah,
go.
because we've just mentioned things like PTSD and war, and I'm going to talk about like suicide now. But a lot of people think about ending their lives. It's very common, and it exists on a spectrum, right? So people think, oh, if I tell someone that I'm thinking this, I'm gonna
gonna think
automatically gonna be like put into a hospital. I'm not automatically. If I have to, I'll tell you. If I have to like tell someone, I will. But it's normal to even question the existence, like your existence or like life. Like that's okay to talk about. So I don't want people to think if I go to you and I tell you that this is what I'm thinking or whatever, that all of a sudden I'm gonna be put into a hospital saying you're not. Like it's fine. We can talk about these things.
All right, then. There's something here that says a team exercise. Did you have plans to do some stuff with us?
It was Emmanuel's idea, but he doesn't want to come and see me. Yeah, no, we did.
Well,
What are the
he
6
needed it.
dimensions of psychological well-being? So there's a
That
team
exercise.
exercise. There's a team exercise here,
Yeah,
apparently.
we're gonna do an exercise.
that we're gonna do. I think we're gonna get into.
Yeah, because you know earlier, we were talking about why would I need to talk about good mental health,
Yeah.
right? And I said, well, we need to think about your well-being in general. So hopefully you don't need to get to the point where you need to see someone or have medication. Someone, name's Carol even Ruff, made a model of psychological well-being, and there's 6 parts of it. So Iman thought maybe we can go through the 6 parts and think about whether we actually need to work on it a little bit, or how we can do it, or what we're doing to work on it.
We should have got Emmanuel on the phone.
Yeah, call him up. But he's in the
Emmanuel, he's
comments.
watching this. I'm seeing him in the
Black
comments. a couple
creator.
times.
I know you're
Sir,
apt.
ring up and take part in an idea you fully and wonderfully suggested. Got me out here showing my ash. No, call and show yours too. Okay, go on.
So I've got all of them up, yeah? So the first one is about self-acceptance. So having a positive attitude towards yourself and acknowledging all the aspects of yourself and the good and the bad, right? But still having positive feelings towards yourself and your life.
Okay.
How much do you feel like you are able to do those things, or you're there? I feel like you're just gonna say, yeah. I can see it in his face. He's like,
Yeah, no, I'm there. I'm there. I try to be as self-aware as I can,
Self-accepting.
and when I'm accepting of who I am, that's different.
It's not the one.
that's a therapy.
Fair.
Yeah, I try.
Fair.
You look pretty.
My bad.
I try to accept my good points and my bad points, and I try to listen to people to tell me what they think my flaws are, and try my best to accept them, kind of thing. Obviously, I'm only human. I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably say about 7, 6, or something like this.
Of what?
Being able to,
Out 10.
yeah,
Okay.
being able to accept and be self-aware and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I feel like I can do all right with that.
Okay.
I know what's good about me and what's bad about me, I think. But I'm always open, I'm always willing to learn. I like to talk, that's what I do. I like to have discussions to see what people think about me and whether I can get a different view, different outlook, you get me, of what's going on here. And then just trying to accept it and learn from it, move on from it. So I try to do all right with that, I think.
Yeah. What about you, Esther?
So can you read that one more time, please?
So self-acceptance, so having a positive attitude towards yourself. You acknowledge all aspects of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you feel positive about yourself and your life.
I accept myself, and I feel like I know myself a lot more than I've ever known myself. But I wouldn't say that I'm like I criticize myself a lot. So I don't know that I am on a 10 out of 10 on that, because I'm still working on criticizing myself as much as I do.
Yeah. Why would the goal be 10 out of 10?
I just assume that's the highest mark you can get.
Why do we need to do that?
because I'm raised in a Nigerian household, you always get the highest marks. So I just assumed, because he's doing a rating system. I thought if I was to rate it, I wouldn't be on a 10 out of 10. But I aspire to be on a 10 out of 10 with that. I aspire to be on a 10 out of 10 with a lot of things, with everything, to be fair.
Why was it important for you to ask that question?
About why we need to get to 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Because this perception of what we should do is where a lot of the root of the problems are.
Yeah.
It's the shoulds that get us. So I should get 10 and I should be perfect. And I'm wondering sometimes whether, I'm going into therapy speak.
Get into it.
Whether, that is where the criticism comes from, you know, thinking
Yeah.
that I should do that and I should be. But whilst you're doing all of that shoulding, you're not getting to the place you want to get to. When
Oh,
if
that's
you can-
facts. You sound just like my therapist. That's exactly facts.
Explain it to me, because I'm thinking you still need some sort of measure. Because how can you then mark yourself or your progress if there's
Right.
no measure?
Let's bring Terence into this.
Let's bring Terence into
It's
this.
damn
I'm
Terence,
a little-
child.
No, it's interesting because when you were talking about like the linear stuff, right? A scale is linear. 0 to 10 is linear. So you trying to mark yourself at this on this linear way is by the
Limiting.
laws of the universe is flawed, right?
Okay.
So if we think about it in a dynamic way,
Yes.
in that sometimes I'm going to feel good and
Yeah.
sometimes I might feel bad, but even in those good and bad times, I'm still me and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's
But
a part of my existence.
as you've just said, sometimes you feel good and sometimes you feel bad. How do you actually qualify each if there is no measure?
in being in touch with yourself. And what does that mean for you?
I don't even know what that means.
Like, what does living a good life mean to you? What are your values?
So you're saying I can make up what is good for me,
As long as it's conducive for society, yes.
and it wouldn't. How I'll be able to measure it is how it makes me feel, right? That's a measure, no?
Yeah,
But
but
it's not a linear thing, right? It's something. It's not you saying I have to be measured by this objective thing. This is you now being able to take a bit more of a control of how you feel.
I know. I think I'm hearing what you're saying, but I
Yeah.
still feel as though how can you gauge where the person is if you yourself don't have some form of chart to see? All right, yesterday was this way.
Right.
Surely,
So how do you
compare to
communicate it
today?
to me? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. So like, okay, cool. In a conversation, I might ask people like, out of 10, how are you feeling, and that gives me an idea. But I wouldn't want them. That's a communication tool. I wouldn't want you to be like wedded by that.
Yeah.
And think I should be a 10 or I should be this. This is just a form of communication for me.
okay, so I understand what you're saying now.
Right.
Don't look to beat yourself up if you aren't the thing that you've created in your head that is a 10.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because you could
But
set
yeah.
unattainable targets for yourself, and then you get what I'm trying to say.
And I thought that's why she gave me the response she gave me, because from when she asked me and I responded how I responded, you can tell that my 10 out of 10 is not a standard that I've set for myself. Do you know what I mean? I haven't set that I must achieve 10 out of 10 for myself kind of thing.
Fair. Fair.
I love that.
That's the first one, right?
That was the first
Self-acceptance.
one.
Did you answer, Brent?
I'm good.
No, you're not. I'll be honest with you, I'm tapping out right now if you say you're good.
As in, with what?
No, he's saying he does all of that. He's saying
Oh, I thought you meant like you're good, you're not answering. I was thinking, what do you think this is?
That's not what I mean.
he's saying he's very self-aware
Yes. And accepting.
and accepting of
And
who
then
you
positive about who I am and this. I'm good. I've got Jesus in my life. I mean, I think it tips the scales for a lot of people.
are. I heard that.
All right, now.
There's a lot of mad people the Lord couldn't save.
Oh, sorry, I just quickly looked at the comments. No, quickly just scrolled in
saying.
the comments, and Chrissy made a good point about being self-aware. Some people use it as a lack of accountability. That's also facts. Like,
Talk to us.
don't tell me, oh yeah, I did all these things, but at least I know it. All right, so do something then. Take accountability and think about whether it's really conducive to like your life and,
Well, word.
and people and your community.
But do they have to go in tandem?
What's
Just
that,
because you're
sorry?
self-aware of something, do you have to take accountability for it?
Do you have to take accountability for the bad things that you do? Is that what you mean? Or not?
I'm just saying, just because you're saying that people use that whole thing that they know and using this self-awareness as a blanket to not to take accountability and all that. But do they have to go hand in hand? Like, you could be self-aware and not take accountability for actions.
Yeah, but the next step is take some accountability. That's not the floor, the ceiling. Sorry, there's more to go then.
Okay, I'm with you. I hear that. All right, next one.
Autonomy. So being independent, able to resist social pressures, to think and act in certain ways. You can kind of evaluate your life and your behavior by your personal standards.
I wish Emmanuel was here, man, because I'll talk to him about the nation.
Why are you bringing up the nation?
Because they pressure him to do things.
100%.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's an acolyte.
Oh, okay.
I try not to feel pressured by anybody. Because I always try to do what I want. But to say that outside forces don't influence decisions that we make, I don't think that would be true.
Yeah. This is actually, I want to say, this one that I'm looking at, this is a Western thing as well. Okay. So sometimes when you're looking at like well-being in different places, they might look at it different. So autonomy might not be in a well-being in like a collectivist society. So I also want to just say that. But
do you feel like it should be though?
Pardon?
Do you feel like it should be?
What?
Like autonomy should be part of what makes your well-being.
My automatic thing is yes, but then I also like, no, that's because I've been brought up in a Western place. Do you know what I mean? Like someone else might say something else.
I think, because I'm thinking about, like I grew up in Nigeria and I'm thinking about women's autonomy and there isn't much of that going. So that's why I would say that it should be a thing. Because I can imagine like if this was being done, I don't know for fact, but I can imagine that would be left out of it. Maybe when asking women anyway. But then it is an important thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, it's definitely an important thing. I think people need to have ownership of what they're doing in their bodies, etc., etc. And like, we all obviously care what people think to a degree. We're social beings. So I don't think you can ever not completely care what people think. But if you think on the whole, you're not doing things that detriment your life because of other people.
Yeah, no, not doing all that stuff.
I think you're good.
But yeah, definitely be aware of outside influences and the effect and that they have on you, the influence that they have on you to do and say certain things. So as much as me, I'd say and do what I want, but there's a limit on that. There's conversations I have in private or on the phone and stuff like that I would never have in public because I know I'm not allowed to. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I know if I say these things, whatever's going to happen. So that's affecting me. So I'm doing that, but I still, for the most part, I try to walk in the light of doing what I want. I don't mind whether people agree with me or not. I don't mind having separate opinions and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's always gonna influence you. Certain other people and outside influence is always gonna kind of affect the decisions that you make. I suppose if you care enough, anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? That you try and live with freedom, but I don't think nobody walks around with that much freedom because there's always consequences for actions and words and stuff in it. If you're prepared to deal with them, then I suppose it doesn't matter, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's like half and half because, like I said, I feel like I try to do what I want, but I'm very much aware that outside influences affect me and affect the decisions that I make.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, Esther.
I think that's one of the biggest things I'm working on. I would say, I would say that's one of the biggest things I'm working on in terms of doing things because I want to do them and like not necessarily caring about, just not necessarily caring about other people and stuff. I don't want to elaborate too much, but that's...
Yeah, don't need to go into...
Yeah, that's my biggest thing.
Don't want to go into...
Brent?
I reckon when it comes to human beings, I'm good. However, when it comes to God, it's a tussle. Obviously, my body, my mind might want to do certain things that I know or I've been told I ain't supposed to be doing them kind of things. So in that sense, I give over to God.
I hear it.
He's got the keys.
Amen.
I hear it. Should we do the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Personal growth. So continued development, growing, being open to new experiences, reflecting more and having more self-knowledge and effectiveness.
Oof, it's my bag. I thrive in this area.
Is it?
10 out of 10, honey.
Speak
10
on it,
out of 10.
Speak on it.
Yes, I feel like that's like my main goal in life is that through everything, I just grow, like personally in all the areas of my life, like spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, like in all the illies, I'm trying to grow, basically. And I would say I always measure my growth as well. So I do this thing where I reflect the start of the year, around Easter, my birthday. Like I always look at where I was the year before that and just reflect like months before. And I journal a lot as well. So that helps me kind of keep track. Yeah, I would say I do that well.
Love that. Yeah. Love that for you, Killy.
Yeah, you know me, man. Always learning, always growing, on the quest for perfection and world domination, you know. That's just where I'm at in life. Yeah, I could never learn too much. You get me? And I can never know enough about other things, about myself, about whatever. So yeah, I'm always trying to grow because I just want to feel like I'm making progress in my life. I don't want to be doing the same things I'm doing now I was doing 20 years ago. That doesn't make no sense. And in 20 years' time, I don't want to be the same person either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm always prepared to try and learn about myself and try and better myself as much as I can. You get me? That's
How do you feel like you do that?
how? Experiencing different things, taking myself out of my comfort zone, meeting different people, having conversations with people more smarter than me, and just learning and trying to intake information. I think that would be my kind of go-to things. I'm always trying to learn of someone or taking some information that I didn't know. Just trying to be better. Just, you know what I'm trying to say. Also, maybe trying to just grow out of my ways, like just certain things, like certain attitudes and mindsets that I had as a child. Just trying to change them. You know what I'm trying to say, like, and just accepting that maybe my way of thinking before wasn't right. You get me? So things need to be different. So yeah, I'm always trying to learn. I'm big on that one as well. I don't want to be different. I don't want to be stagnant. In life. That doesn't really work for me.
I hear it. Love that. Brent.
So after I answer this question, can you just answer Fernand's question on the
Oh
screen?
yeah, what is it? So one last question, if I may. How do you know the difference between a healthy detachment of a healthy detachment?
And pure what?
I can never say it.
Alexithymia.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
So like completely being like interested and detached from like people.
Okay.
Things. So let me double check because I don't want people to come for me. How can you tell the difference? I guess it's in terms of your own yes and no. Healthy. Did you mean from emotions or people?
Fernand.
We'll let him respond.
Okay, let me respond. So yeah, a term to describe problems with feeling emotions, having no words for emotion. Healthy detachment. So when I'm working with someone and they are what we call kind of like hypo aroused, which means like you are not even like almost conscious, you're kind of detached from things, not able to verbalize things, like really attached reality. And it's impacting things. It's impacting your relationships, for example, because you can't describe your emotions and you can't relate to people, that kind of thing. Then yeah, it's a bit of a problem. But it's okay sometimes to maybe not engage with your emotions because right now in this present moment, that's not even going to work for me. But we need to come back to it. Do you know what I mean? Like if you can't do it at all and have the words for it. And sometimes it's just because people didn't learn how to say these things or feel these things and what these things mean.
Yeah.
Because I always say to people when they say things like, "Oh, I don't think my childhood affected me, like with my emotions." Do you remember your parents teaching you language, how to say mom and dad? No, you just said it.
Just said it.
Because you soaked it up. You heard people talking and your brain soaked it up. Same with emotions. So if no one taught you how to go to deal with things and they can't deal with things themselves, you're just gonna soak it up. And then that's it, and that's how you live your life. And if that's really affecting, you're noticing, you get feedback from people and they're like, oh, like, I never really know how you feel, or, oh, you're like this or whatever, and it's clearly affecting the people that you love and care about. You might need to address that and be like, okay, why is it that I'm finding this so hard? Opposed to, no, I can do this, I just don't always do it. There's a difference.
All right.
Okay.
Who were we on?
They will be cool.
Go on, Brent.
They will be cool penalty takers, isn't it? Those kind of just disinterested, nothing fazed me type of people.
I don't know, because I feel like you need to be aware of the moment. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you could be too cool, you're going to lose. You could be too lax, so you're like, nothing phases me, disinterested. Are you going to put your best foot forward? I understand what you're saying. They could just be, yeah, they're just cool, that's cool. But if you're not aware of the severity of the moment that we're in and how important this is to us, yeah, are you going to strike this ball the way I need you to? You get me? Because if you're that nonchalant and you're on 10 and then you mess it up and you think, and you're gonna be, oh, all right, it wasn't important anyway. That's not what we need here. We need the balance. We need a cool customer. You know what I'm trying to say? We definitely need a cool customer, someone who can take the pressure on their shoulders and not let it get to them, yeah? But they need to be aware and in this moment and know that this is a fucking World Cup final, bro. Like, you get what I'm trying to say, Brent? It's important. No, it's facts,
So are we
though.
talking about football?
It's just an analogy.
Oh, okay.
I hate
Oh,
football. I just
lost.
step out.
You know
I
when it
don't
gets to
even
the
know where it was.
reaction. I don't know what's going on.
You know.
I don't know what's going on. Okay. Yeah, go.
I think I didn't really used to care about this because I told myself that I didn't need development. I had already been developed in my head, right? And then I started mixing with people and being vulnerable with people, right? When I say people, the first probably is my first girlfriend. And that experience, I guess, showed me that I had so much to learn about myself, especially in the context of a relationship. And I wanted to be the best version of myself for those I was turning up for during that. And then after that, it was just now, it had switched in my head. All I want to do is to make sure that I turn up properly for anybody that comes into my sphere. So when I learn the person I'm now building a relationship with, every conversation that we have, I'm picking up little things. And I learn a lot by just listening, obviously. So now I would say that I wish I were this way from the very beginning, because a large portion of my youth, past 16, I thought, I don't need none of this. None of this. And I thought it served me, but I realized, how would I know if it is I wasn't mixing with people, right? So I guess the isolation blinkered me. But now I promote it, I advocate for it, and I'm open to it 24/7.
Yeah. I love that. That's what I mean. Like, relationships are everything, man. They teach us about ourselves and how to go about things. So I hear that completely. It's important. The next one is environmental mastery. So being competent and managing your environment so you can make effective use of your opportunities, and you can also choose and create situations and be in contexts that actually align with your personal wants, goals, values, etc.
Explain that again, sorry.
Yeah, this one is a bit. So being able to effectively navigate situations and opportunities and use them and align yourself to opportunities that actually matter to you. So not just being up in foolishness all the time, things that actually matter to you and actually seeking those things out. Because if you don't do that, then you'll become stagnant or you'll do things that you don't really want to do in life.
Yeah, I'm just going to say I agree with everything because that's what I do. To be serious. No, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
That's
Some people don't. Some people actually don't.
Yeah, no, that's just what I do. A lot of opportunities that I've had, or it's not things that was given to me, it's because I saw opportunity to do certain things and I make moves to get into those places and put myself in positions to be able to benefit from those things. I make very conscious decisions to do it. And again, I don't feel like I'm perfect. I know, like, if there's stuff that I don't know, I'll go and seek counsel from people that I feel know what they're doing, from experts in that field, or people that I believe are more intelligent than me that can help me get to where I need to get to, because I know I can't do it all by myself. As amazing as I am, I know I'm only human. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, I like to draw on experience and knowledge from other people to help me get into those things. But those are the kind of things that I want to do. Like, if I get put in a position now, I'm never just there. I'm always a few steps ahead. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, me doing this can lead to me doing this, that, and that. And if I can get that, I can do this, or if I can align myself with this, I can go there. And that's just, it's like that's just how my brain works. If that makes sense. I'm never just doing one thing just for sake of one thing. Or sometimes it might just be for sake of one thing, but then while I'm in that one thing, I see the landscape, and then my brain automatically just starts going, "Ooh, I could, if I do that, I could do this, and then I could do that," and that's just how I roll.
Yeah. Some people can't do that, or they struggle to do that. So yeah.
You know, it's so evident in your life.
And who, me?
Since I've known you, what that particular point, it's so evident.
Do you think?
100%.
But that's because you know me or around me.
This is what I'm saying. In the brief time that I've known you in this particular season of your life, it is so evident that you look to master your environment and take opportunities where others from your side of the woods would never.
I always say that they let the fox in the chicken coop.
No, I see that you
Wait,
probably
who's the
see
fox?
it as a little hustling type of
Me.
a hustling type of when you do stuff like that, that encourages him.
Also,
What
I'm
you
not in
just did-
therapy. I'm not in therapy.
No,
Yeah,
but obviously,
yeah.
because I know sometimes people will give me opportunities or make me do things, and in their mind, they're not thinking what I'm thinking. They're just thinking, they're just gonna let me do that, and I'm just like, all right, cool. But if you let me there, you let me in that room there, I'm gone. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I won't tell them. They won't know until it's too late.
Hey, let me get my toe in.
Yeah, you let me get my toe. You let me get my foot through that door. You watch, watch. Just give me a second. And I don't like when I can't work it out. When I can't figure it out, because I can see it. I could always see it, but sometimes I can't get there. Maybe, or like, do you get what I mean? Like sometimes the route's blocked off, but I can see it. So because I'm always ambitious like that, you get me. But I'll keep trying. I'll just keep working on it. I mean, I know when I'm defeated
resilient.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people see that block and then be like, oh, okay, and that's it. They'll stop.
No. I need to try and work around. I could admit when it's like, it's a nice idea, but kind of thing. But then I'm just on to the next one though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Don't
trying to
let
say?
it completely stop you.
Yeah. I'm not getting bogged down. It's like, all right, cool, that didn't work. But you know what? Watch this. And then plus God as well, you get me? Because sometimes it's not always things that I carved out. Sometimes things fall into my lap. Sometimes I'm looking for things and I don't know where it's coming from or whatever. And lo and behold, something happens. God, man, won't he do it? You get
Yes, he
me?
will.
I feel like with that one, I don't know if I fully get that one, if I'm being honest. As in, I don't think I fully understand what it is.
What do you need to understand?
Like what it is. Like what
So being able to really make opportunities work for you and seeking those out, and there are
Okay.
opportunities that work for you
Yeah.
and that actually like align with your values, opposed to just kind of letting life, basically just not letting life take you.
Okay. I thought like it's a bit tricky. For me, my entire being is really just focused on like what God's purpose is for me. And so because I'm focused on what God's purpose is for me, I'm learning that it's not as I see, it's not what I think sometimes, and it's not in the avenues that I've carved out for myself. So yeah, so I'm not letting life happen because whatever's given to me, I am very responsible with it. But I can't plan to a T or like necessarily, I don't believe I can make things happen for myself.
Right.
I believe God makes things happen for me. So yeah, so with me, with that, a lot of it is dependent on God making things happen for me and also things aligning with my values and so with my purpose.
Yeah.
And then within that purpose as well, it aligning with my values. So if I did get an opportunity, if it doesn't align with my values, it's not something that I would do. But typically I wouldn't say I'm someone who like would necessarily create opportunities. I just feel like I can work the hardest I want to make something happen, and it will not happen if God says that's not your story, Esther.
Yeah.
With that being
get me?
said, do you think mental health and religion are aligned? Like, is it?
You heard me
it's a
talking
thing-
about I was crazy.
No, it's a thing to
does it
think
help
about.
you or does it hinder you?
No, it's a thing to think about, like in both ways, and how it can be really helpful, and how maybe it has no.
Imagine I'm saying what I'm saying. This boy's looking at me like, oh, she's crazy.
No, it doesn't mean
That
it's
wasn't
crazy.
what I was thinking.
Doesn't mean
at
that,
all.
Look
but like
crazy.
it's something to think about for real. Like I always ask people, is there like a faith in your life? Like, is there a God in your life? Whatever that might be, I don't know, Allah, God's, Christian, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it can be helpful. I truly believe, even though I've done the research and I've read things and theories, there's some things that we just can't quite explain and understand.
Are you religious?
I'm spiritual.
Okay, so if there's someone there that you
I don't even like using the word spiritual.
I was gonna say, what does
I'll take that
spiritual
back.
mean?
I'll
When
take
people
that
say that, I
back.
never know what that means.
Yeah, I don't really take that back. No, you know it is because I don't really.
I get
like,
it. You can have a relationship with God and the higher power and deeper understanding, but not necessarily subscribe to these religions that are causing a lot of the problems on the world today.
Yeah, I have questions about certain things.
Maybe let her explain what she means by spiritual.
Yeah, because I think some people then think I'm like crystals and stuff. But
No crystal babes.
I'm not a crystal babe.
God.
I'm not. But
Thank God, you know.
I have a new and developing relationship with God.
Okay.
And I don't think I can quite say that I'm religious because I actually really respect it. Like,
okay.
and I don't think it would be fair for me to like put myself in
Insert
that
yourself in
category.
it. Yeah.
Because I'm still like questioning things and like trying to figure out like the religion side to me is like the rules bit. And then to me, the relationship with God is spirituality.
So if there's someone that's got some type of mental defect, some type of illness, some type of thing that is showing and is clear to you, and you're telling them that they need to get help or something, and then they're telling you that they know that there's something there, but their faith in God and prayer is going to help them, are they really religious or are they crazy?
So if someone is having a mental health difficulty,
Something. You've
I've worked with people like you talking about psychosis and that kind of thing.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but it's something that you've seen in me that you know is in the from the medical science stand view, from your professional and your expertise. You're saying you need to get help, need to get it looked at, need to have a conversation. I'm telling you, I'm God's strongest soldier. I pray, He's got me. Then what side of the fence do you fall on? Do you believe that, you know what, religion, do you think I can get this through it, or am I a madman?
Right. So how much is your behavior affecting things? Because I can't, if someone doesn't want to work with me, it's like, again, going back to the fact that I work with bare kids that get brought by their parents. If they don't want to work with, I can't do anything here. So if I say, I think you might have a difficulty and you don't want to do it and you think prayer's going to help, I can't do anything with that, right? But if you're now saying prayer's going to help, but these times you're doing things that really just are messing up your life, yeah? I was going to say something else, but if you're just messing up your life, yeah, then we might need to think about something else and you might need to get a bit more, like maybe things might need to be a bit more imposed on you because you're at risk. If you're at risk and in danger and you think prayer's enough, then I can't take that. But if you're functioning okay and you think prayer's going to help and you don't want to do therapy, okay, I can't do anything about that.
In your professional opinion, medical opinion, so it's not wild enough that I'm doing anything detrimental to myself or anybody else, but there's still something there. Are you of the opinion that prayer could help me, or am I just
No, I think prayer can. What do you want to talk scientifically? Or
it's your opinion.
Scientifically, I think it can help because prayer, like on a neurological level, can really help you, and it has an effect on your body, and the kind of things that it releases, the different like chemicals and neurotransmitters that it releases, are good for you. So it can be therapeutic. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, word to Terrence Howard, everything reacts to sound frequencies. The entire universe is frequencies. So when in the beginning it says God spoke it into existence, it was the vibrations of the frequencies. Of course, prayer is going to do something. Do you understand? You need to tap into the right frequencies.
When do you pray out loud?
I can.
Well, you can't do it in your head because you don't have that voice.
You're going on as though me thinking isn't creating a frequency.
It does. Thinking has sound.
I'm with you. I talk to myself. I hear myself in my head, so I'm fine. I've got frequencies. He doesn't.
No, I've had this conversation too many times. I was involved.
Yeah, so I was just checking.
Yeah, I know. It rattled me, I can't lie. But it happens.
All right,
were
so
we saying?
I see the definition here of environmental mastery. The ability to choose or change the surrounding context using physical or mental actions, as well as being able to control events.
Whose definition is that?
Huh?
Whose definition is that?
Bard.
National Institute of Health. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it what you said? Isn't that what you said?
Being able to take control of the situation and creating opportunities.
That's what,
And...
I
Yeah.
kind of read it the same way, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
just
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
everybody else like a thingamajiggy.
Yeah. I think the main thing for me in it is that it has to align with your values, because some people just be rocked by anything and just doing anything for no reason. Yeah.
I don't think I used to be good at this because I didn't have the patience to deal with like other people. Like I really didn't have it, and I have grown to learn how to do this better because I need to do this better in order to fulfill my duty. So God has equipped me over the years with the amount of patience needed to pursue and complete the task in which it is that He has given to me. And I tussle it every day.
Every day. You versus God
knows I
every
tussle.
day.
I tussle.
Okay. All right, now. Should we do the next one?
Yes, please.
There's only 2 more left. Positive relationships with others. So warm, satisfying, trusting relationships with other people. That is strong in empathy, affection, intimacy. And you can give and take in relationships.
This is heavy for Tuesday morning.
This is Emmanuel's idea, and he's not even here.
Can you imagine?
Emmanuel.
I don't know about that one. Maybe it's stuff I need to work on. I'm trying to be like more open and stuff. The older I'm getting and that in my relationships, I prefer to like give than like receive, if that makes sense. So when I'm doing other things, I don't mind people drawing on me for whatever it may be, whatever kind of support, emotional, physical, whatever kind of things that they need. I'm not necessarily the biggest on taking help from people. You get me? I usually just go through all my shit by myself for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of men say that. Well, people in general, but
Yeah. So I need to work on letting it flow both ways and becoming like vulnerable in my relationships and just accepting help or even being vocal the fact that I might need it or need the support or need the whatever. Yeah, it don't really work. Like I'm saying, I'm working on it, but that wouldn't be one of my strong points. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm there for people because that's just how it works. That's what I like. But I don't like to burden people with none of my shit.
interesting. You don't want to be a burden.
Don't like it.
I won't ask more questions.
Retweet.
She wants to ask more
I do
questions.
have more questions, but I won't.
Shit.
I won't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky one for me. I feel like I'm there for people, but I struggle with like opening up and stuff to people. I just don't. I just don't feel like I trust people wholeheartedly. Even people like I'm close to and stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm gonna pass.
Let's explore you and Margs' last exchange. Ask the question you wanted to ask, please. Because he's here, he's willing, so go.
Because I'm wondering about what it would mean if you were a burden. What would that mean to you if you were a burden to someone?
I don't know, man. It's like I like to keep myself to myself. I like to, because like all them stupid phrases and stuff that I say all the time, like I mean them. You know what I'm trying to say? Like knowledge and stuff is power. So the more things you know about me, the more power you have, whether it be over me with the decisions that you make. It's like I don't want to give away myself to nobody. I I don't want no one to know what I'm thinking. I don't want no one to know how I'm feeling, because I feel like that's power in a sense that I wouldn't want anybody to have over me. I'm not saying that people are going to use it. I don't know how it's going to transpire or whatever, but that's just how my brain works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If I'm the one that knows everything and I'm the one that keeps everything, then I'm in a position of power.
But what would it mean if someone had power over you? And when was the first time you gave someone that power and it didn't work out?
I don't feel like I've ever give it, if that makes sense. I've put people's feelings and stuff first before mine, and that didn't necessarily work out the best for me. Then I get to a point where it's like I need to put my shit first before anybody else's, that kind of thing. I can't think of a scenario where, you know what it is? I just don't. Maybe it's just because obviously I live outwardly, but I'm a private person. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people don't know me. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they don't know me, and I don't want them to, because it's just like a cocoon, like a.
It's safer if people don't know you.
Yeah, it's safer for everybody.
I hear it.
That's just how I think. I don't know why. That's just I just like to keep myself to myself, and keep the information and the knowledge of who I am. I like to keep it to myself, and I'll pick and choose what I want to give to people and what I want to show to people. But I don't never been able to just be like a open book. That I've just been drinking truth serum and just letting it all out. When I see people that do that and get really vulnerable, I always look at them like, wow, like you're doing too much. You're doing. Save something back, man. Hold it back, bro. Like, you're crazy. Because now you told me all that, I could use it for, and obviously I'm an evil genius, so I could use all this information for anything I want. I could potentially control. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, even with you not even knowing, because you've given me all this information, so I know what steps to take, how to move, how to get a rise out of you, how to make you do what I want, how to make you feel a certain way. I know all this information because you've given it to me. As that person I am, I'm going to use it.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
You feel like other people could be the same.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't want to do that.
So instead you keep yourself safe, and you said you would rather give. So like you would rather put other people's emotions.
I'd rather be there to
forefront.
support people than going and needing someone to think.
Right.
I mean, and that's what I'm trying to say. There's times, obviously, like I said, even getting older and stuff, and like changing my mindset. Like, there's times when I have been able to be more vulnerable with people and be open and honest about certain things, whatever. Because like I said, I understand that it's probably more healthy if I come out of that way of thinking. You get me? But still, for the most part, that's not really my go-to move. I'd rather just keep it locked in. You get what I'm trying to say? Because I'll be alright at the end of the day. I'll be fine, and I feel like I've been through enough there to know that I'll be fine. Because if I wasn't, I would have popped down and been mad a long time ago. You know what I'm trying to say? So because I know I can take it, I'll do it. You get me? Because some of these you can't take it. You know what I'm saying? You think you can, but you can't. You're gonna mash down. You're gonna pop it down, and so I don't want that to happen.
If they can't take what you've got to say.
No, I mean just like in life, when people are emotional when they're going through things or whatever, like I'm saying, I could be there for the support because I know that they need it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like when things like get heavy on people's shoulders, I know that they can't take it, but I feel like I've got broad shoulders. I feel like I can take it. You get me? So I'll take it on board for them. But then again, I don't ever want to dump off on anyone. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, I hear it. You can't free it up for everyone, which is true. You don't need to be freeing up information about yourself for every single person. But I guess if you're thinking that even the people that you're meant to trust, you're finding this hard, but you're working on that.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Work on it.
Yeah, that's kind of that being vulnerable and being open like that. It feels a bit scary, like, if that makes sense.
It is.
Yeah.
It is scary.
Say therapy is wrong, man.
So, you saying that you can acknowledge that being vulnerable is scary, and that's what is keeping you from being vulnerable. Like, how do you respond to that, Dr. Amani? When a man tells you he doesn't need therapy, but he's also telling you he's afraid of opening up that particular cupboard.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that?
I would say that maybe use therapy as a chance to test that out. Because that's what it's all about. And I'm there, or a therapist, or a psychologist, whoever is there to be maybe your first experience of doing that. And then you can be like, actually, it wasn't that bad. So maybe I can test this out with another person and another person until it gets easier and easier and easier. So I would say it's just testing things out. More time, I'm just testing things out with people. What is it like to have someone actually listen to you? Some people haven't had anyone listen to them before and understand them. So my job is to give you that first experience of it and what it should be like. And then we can talk about, why is this a good relationship? What do you need to tell people to make it you feel safe enough to do it with them and improve your relationships?
Dr. Amani, like, what is normally on the other side of fear once you've conquered it?
And the other side of fear, all the things that you probably wanted.
So, Margs,
Yo.
you were afraid of being vulnerable. So you don't even look to approach it at all. But she just said, what's on the other side of that is everything you've ever wanted.
It's not that, it's the potential. It works both ways, isn't it? It's on the spectrum, isn't it? Like, me saying I'm being scared of being vulnerable is because I know what potentially can happen with it. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a negative thing. There could be a good side of it, but also within that good side of it, there could be people who can use my kindness and take it for weakness and try and manipulate me to do certain things. And that's just life, because that's humans. You know what I'm trying to say?
And that's possible. And like, I'll always say, like, it's even, I remember there was a few episodes, you guys were talking about relationships. You were talking about relationships and the risk, and was it Gina sort of talking about how she thinks about it and stuff, and the risk that can come with, say, a relationship and being vulnerable. Yeah, these things can happen. They absolutely can. So when someone comes to me and we're talking about these things and they say, oh, this can happen, that can happen, I'm not going to say it won't happen. What we're doing is giving you the skills to deal with it if it does happen.
You know, I hear that. I like things that are foolproof. You know what I'm trying to say? So if I don't do them things, then there's no chance of anybody.
But then
doing
there's also no
anything.
chance of the other things that you want.
Yeah, but I'm not longing to be vulnerable with anyone. Nah, I'm not. Maybe. I don't feel like that's a... Obviously, if you do something the same way all the time, like I said, because I'm trying to broaden my horizons and my different experiences, you start to think, okay, well, I've been doing it this way for so long. Let's see what the other side looks like, and let's do it a different way. So because I'm exploring myself and life and all that, that's where the thought comes from, to see how it would be if I be different, because I've been this way this whole time and whatever. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not a... So I understand that it needs to happen. That's why I'm thinking about it. That's why I'm trying to do it. And it doesn't come from a place of, oh, I'm so thing. I wish I had someone I could be vulnerable with. I don't think like that. I don't.
But you just want to see, like, okay, let me just see what this is.
Yeah,
like.
kind of.
That's
thing.
enough. It doesn't have to be rooted in fear. It could just be like, oh, let me just see what this is about. That's enough. I can work with that. Okay. You're ambivalent at the moment. We call it ambivalence or indifference, right? I can work with that, because then we can explore, like, okay, let's make that a little bit more. Like that motivation a little bit more. If you're completely shut off, can't really work with it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think it's just always going to be totally negative, Brent.
No, I mean, in listening to you talking, I'm fully in agreement with what you're saying. And I do believe that no one person knows everything of you and how you think and what's in your head. But I also believe that you make sure and analyze the person that's in your life that you're going to share certain bits of you with, and you do it. I've experienced you doing it, right? So I know that there's certain aspects of you that other people wouldn't know about that you've shared with people who you trust. And I do believe that you don't question that person's trust. That person in your life, or those people in your life, you don't question it. And that's what you probably don't even see as being vulnerable.
Okay.
Do you understand? So in me hearing what you're saying, in the beginning I was like, I'm like, okay. I think you do deploy this level of vulnerability, but you don't see it as vulnerable because that person is like you. And them, they would never betray what it is that you all have, like ever. Do you understand? So you don't even see it as being vulnerable.
I get what you're saying.
It's safe with you as it is with them.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I do have that kind of thing.
Because I know you have secrets with your flipping brethren. I know you all do, but you don't see it as keeping each other's. No, because innately, like, at a molecular or spiritual level, you're one and the same.
I get what you mean. So the people that I have in my life that I do go to for that thing, I don't see it as being vulnerable because I trust them to a level. You know what I'm trying to say? Where in my mind, I'm not taking a risk here.
100%.
There's no vulnerability here. This is, I can see that. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
100%.
So maybe I do share then stuff sometimes. Sometimes, but again, I know I need to work on it. I need to get better. I'm not ready to just be like some crazy open book. I told you, when I see people doing that kind of stuff, I look at it from afar and I'm like, it's not even like a scared for me. I'm scared for them. I'm saying like, you are doing too much. Like, it's good to be open and have conversations, but you gotta hold something back or be mindful of who you're sharing it with then, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. You need to be mindful, but whose fear is that? Sounds like your fear.
Must be then, but it's just, yeah, it must be.
Might not be their fear. They might be okay with it. They might be, I'm not saying it's always the case. There might be some people that are freeing it up and they need to be a bit more careful. But that sounds more like your own fear.
It is, but then they don't know what they don't know. And then when they do all that sharing, it gets them in trouble. And I'm like, look.
And they see what you've seen.
See? Do you get what I'm saying? See?
Okay.
I know I'm not crazy, man. Look at this shit. Do you get what I mean? They're doing too much. I think you got to protect yourself at all times. It's a treacherous world we're living in. Like, and humans are sick. Like, humans are sick in the head. You don't know what they're capable of. All types. There's just that. There's good ones.
Yeah.
There's bad ones. Whatever. Some people are a mixed bag. Don't know what you're gonna get from day to day. You know what I'm trying to say?
So you live your life in threat, in like a threat mode. You're in like a threat.
I'm always on
Alert.
Alert. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always on alert. Yeah. PTSD.
I wasn't gonna say it now.
Come on, I know. I'm self-aware. I know. I know who I am.
Yeah.
I know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You get me? That's why when people talk about things like, it's like, all right, cool. If there's decisions that I'm making in life or that's impacting me and it's messing me up or whatever, then it's like, it's all right, cool. But if I feel like I'm aware, obviously I don't know everything, but if I feel like I'm aware of certain things, why are you telling me to come and unpack this for what? Just because? For shits and gigs? Because you want to see it? Like, if I'm cool with my situation, with how I am, and I'm functioning, valuable member of society, I'm cool, my head's in a good space, I'm not going mad, I'm aware of the things that I've been through, there's a lot of trauma there, there's a lot of but I'm fine, essentially, and I'm not seeking no answers or whatever. Why are you telling me I need to come unpack all this stuff for? For what? Like, for why? For shits and giggles? I don't get it, because I'm fine. You get me? If you can look at me and point out, say, nah, that's not good, this ain't good, this ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna work, that's totally different.
Yeah.
But if I'm cool, why do I need to go through all this stuff for?
I don't think you have to. Like I said, I can't force anyone to do anything. And I would never force anyone to do anything. But it's almost like you're assuming that it has to get worse before you come. It doesn't need to be. You can be fine and still come to therapy. You don't have to have got to a place where things aren't good, because then you can start to be like, oh, let me just see. You know how you just said about the vulnerability? Let me just see. There might be other things you just want to see. Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, this is going wrong and that's happened and I can't function, but it could just be, let me just see.
I hear that. My mindset is just let it build up a little bit first, more, then I'll step.
Okay.
You get me? There's still more space in the hard drive. Then when it starts to get into this, like 95% of the rest of the 10, I need to have a clearance. Then I'll pull up and say, all right, let's clear the wastebasket now, because I need to reset and go
How will
again.
you know that that's happened though, when you're at 95%?
I don't know, you know. Hopefully Brent will pull me to one side and say,
Okay, so people will tell you.
say, bro,
Okay.
bro, listen. You are losing it, brother. you need something needs to give.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so people might tell you.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a question.
Not the greatest
That's not
answer
the
if
one.
I wanted to go to therapy.
That's not
I
the one.
wasn't
That's not the
confident
one.
about it.
That's not the one.
Not the great if I wanted to go.
This is the
So
one.
what was that?
Dr. A, do you think EMDR therapy would be the best approach for Margs with his PTSD? Firstly, what's EMDR?
So it's a type of therapy. Eye movement desensitization restructuring therapy. So essentially the idea is that when trauma happens, something traumatic happens, I have to explain the brain now. Okay, cool. So in our brain, right, we've got like the middle bit. This is how I show it to my kids, so maybe this will help. We've got the middle bit. So they say this is your spine. and this is the middle bit of your brain. This bit here and your spine is all like the primitive stuff. It's when you are feeling scared, angry. It's to do with hunger, thirst, sex, everything primitive, right? And this bit on top is the bit that we normally see, which is our like frontal lobe. And that's to do with processing things and organization and that. Cool. So trauma happens now. All of this bit is active. It's active and you're feeling all these emotions. But this bit on the top, because everything is so active here, it doesn't work. So you don't get a chance to organize that information, which is what makes it triggering, right? So when something happens, you get triggered because this starts to activate again, but this bit hasn't had a chance to process it.
Okay.
So with this type of therapy, EMDR, what we're trying to do is help you process the memory. So we would do things. So what we know is that if you was to follow my finger like this whilst telling me about your trauma, right,
At the same time.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Or I can tap on you. So what we're trying to do is stimulate the brain in a certain way. It gives you a chance to your brain to work to process it in a different way.
Okay.
But before we get to that point, you have to be able. Some people can't manage their emotions enough to speak about their trauma, so we'd have to help them do that, and then we can do the next bit. So it's about reprocessing. Do I think it would help Margs? It doesn't need to be the first point of call. Like you can do other types of trauma therapy, but people is very effective. It's very, very effective. People really like EMDR.
Okay.
Come across. Yeah.
That's interesting. How does because when I say PTSD, like what's the common ways of it?
Manifesting.
Yeah.
Looks different for everyone, really. So one thing that I'll be looking at is flashbacks. So if you get flashbacks to a certain situation and they're intrusive, they just kind of just come up, or maybe like the smallest things triggers them. If you avoid maybe your sorry, I got distracted by the thing. Avoiding certain situations that might trigger you. So which means that you might avoid like even going to a certain shop or something like that. And obviously that might impact your day. People also experience of what we call secondary mental health problems due to the trauma. So depression, anxiety, substance misuse, reckless, dangerous relationships as well. So it looks different for everybody. But the main things is that if you have experienced a trauma that you have flashbacks to and you can remember and it's really triggering for you, and you either try to like emotionally avoid those situations or maybe like seek understanding in a dangerous way, then we'll think about PTSD.
Okay. PTSD is real.
Yeah.
Black Rob wants to know, Dr. Omani, what's your Myers-Briggs personality types?
Oh my gosh, I even forgot. Oh, I took the test. I took it years ago, but I don't remember. What do you think I am? Do you know it off by heart? I don't even remember. I don't know them off by heart. I can't lie to you.
Did we do that?
Something. Yeah.
I can't remember mine
Remember what
either.
mine is. Sorry, Rob. You can try and guess if you want. I don't know.
All right, so we have one more left.
Oh, we have one more left. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Esther, you might like this one. It's purpose. Having purpose in life. Having goals and a sense of direction that, and you feel like there's a meaning to your life.
Yeah, I definitely like that. But what were you asking me?
It was about how much you think you're doing this. Or like you're like
Girl, TBC.
TBC.
To be confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am on the path though. I think I am very locked in with so I don't want to like put my business out there too much.
No, it's okay.
But yeah. I do like that one. I would say I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as much as I can give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you ask me, do I feel like I have purpose? Yeah. I don't know if I know what my purpose in life is. Maybe trying to find it. What was the rest of it?
Let me do it again.
It's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I've got things in, like, I just want to, I don't know what the future holds for me. I don't know what the purpose of life, or anybody's life is, or why we're here, what we're doing, you get what I'm trying to say? And it's just going through it and it's just like chapters. It's just like a story. I know like the first part of my life wasn't really good. I'm trying to make the second part better. So I have ambitions that I want to do things for myself. I want to live. That's one of my biggest ones. I want to grow old enough to see everything pan out, see my son grow old, and those kind of things. You know what I'm trying to say? And they're probably things that I put. Like if say things that I want, they're probably the most important things to me that I want the most. How that happens, or how I go about that, I don't actually know. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just trying my best to make this second part of the journey good. You get what I'm trying to say? And remove a lot of them things from before, so I don't have to experience them again, and don't go through them again. And just trying to find myself while I'm doing it, kind of thing. I don't know.
It's a journey.
Yeah, I don't really know what my purpose is, and obviously, like, yeah, no, I don't know. I know I got goals and things that I want to achieve. You get what I'm trying to say, like, and I know that I'm put here to essentially bring joy to the world. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That could be one of my purposes. I think that was one of God's plans for me. You know what I'm trying to say? To put smiles on people's faces and entertain them. That's what I like doing. But I haven't got it worked out. I don't know what the real purpose is. I don't know what it is. I haven't got it figured out. I'm trying to find it out while I'm working my way through it.
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
Sitting in on a lot of your no behavior conversations, there seems to be a theme, and I'm not sure sometimes whether it is you just not wanting to go along with the general consensus or the sheep and be a contrarian, or whether you want the message that's coming out of the space in which it is that you also occupy not to be what the rest are saying if you don't agree with it.
Okay, so what's the theme?
There's more to what we have come from.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would be alive at this point in time, 100%. And now that I've seen past this particular point where I never thought I would reach, my eyes are completely open and I want everything. And whilst I'm here, I am going to be documenting how I am getting there. And I believe that those that came from the same place I came from also need to grasp what
see
is.
it.
Yeah.
So I can, because I'll be there. Like I'll document the journey. Because we live in like it's like we're in a fishbowl and we don't know what we don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? That. So when you go different places and experience different things, it opens up your mindset, innit? And if you listen to me, if you knew where I've come from, like listen to my music, listen to my lyrics, I had a certain mindset before and it's changed. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like it's fair for me to document that and explain that. There's certain things I said I'll never do, I'll never this, I'll never that. It's changed. I don't believe the same things that I used to believe. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That. So yeah, I definitely feel like that is a journey that I'm on. That's a purpose that I've done. If that's something that I've given myself though. That I want other people to see it. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I want people to ever see that it's cool to change. It's cool to change your mind. It's cool to grow. It's cool to think different things that you thought when you can't make decisions. A lot of people have living their whole life and paying for decisions that they made when they were 16, 17, 18. You know what I'm trying to say? That making choices that they made when they was young, when they didn't know nothing, and trying to stand by that and stand on business to go into their old adulthood. And that don't make no blood clot sense to me. You know what I'm trying to say? That because I was a child, I didn't know nothing. You get me? And going through what I'm going through and being through a lot of things I've been through, I realized a lot of stuff that a lot of people worry about, I don't really care about. You know what I'm trying to say? Like a lot of things that people put stock in, and yeah, I just don't put stock in those things. You know what I'm trying to say? That. So yeah, in that sense, I feel like but that's why I live. Again, this is a contradiction because I'm trying to say open, and I know I'm not that open, but I try to put myself out there and live as open as I can so people can see. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That they don't necessarily need to know the workings of what's inside my head, but they can see the things that I'm sitting down that I'm doing every day. You know what I'm trying to say? That with the changes that I've made in my life. You know what I'm trying to say? Like my commitment to change is serious. I do totally different things. I'm a totally different person. And I feel like someone's got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm here and I've got the platform and I've got the story to tell, then why not tell it? Why not do it? So
Yeah, it's fascinating. And in my head, since you were young enough to be independent from your parents' house, you've always looked. Why am I talking more like I know from when you were doing it as you were young? I don't. From what you've said, you've looked to achieve the things that you felt you'd seen. Doesn't matter how old or young I am. If I feel like I can achieve that, I'm gonna basically hustle to get that. And I think that's carried over into your past 21-year-old life. What I find fascinating is it doesn't matter the reverence you pay to the people in the room before they move on to a topic where if I was sat there, I'll be like, this is bollocks. Like, you wait a while and you can see your brain doing this and you're seeing them kind of piggyback over each other and they're giggling, ha ha, ha, and you're like, and then you just go. Like, I hear you say you've given yourself this purpose, but the way it looks like it like comes up to you like that, I don't know if it's just you that has assigned this to you.
No, because I don't know what it is. Sometimes you just gotta wait for your moments. Because when we're sitting down and we're having those kind of conversations, especially on the pod and with like-minded people, and we're doing certain things and we're glorifying certain things, and obviously that's where we come from. That's what we know. So you can get lost in it, yeah. But then I always feel compelled to say the other side because I know that some of us think differently. Even some of us in the room, we ain't prepared to openly say it. We'll think and feel differently about certain things. And I don't want to just sit there and just be piling on and just, I don't think that's good for nobody watching at home, listening or whatever. I just don't think that's good for nobody. So there's always a get to a point where it's like, okay, let me just, you know what I'm trying to say that. I have to say something here because it's not just, it's not just like that. You know what I'm trying to say that. There's different sides to everything and somebody's got to put it forward. And then plus I've always been open enough to say that I think differently about things. There's been times where we could be somewhere on the block or planning to do something. I've never been afraid to say, guys, I don't think we should do this kind of thing.
That's because of not the consequences so much, but mostly you don't think it will turn out the way you want it to turn out?
Maybe, I don't know, because sometimes I can see things, innit? Like, and it's like, this ain't, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe this ain't gonna garner the results that we think, kind of thing. Like what we want from it. I could see is potentially this ain't gonna work.
It's not because it was morally wrong.
Huh?
It's not because it was morally wrong.
Listen, morals are not.
Not
Not linear. They're not linear. Everybody's morals are different. People talk about someone ain't got no morals, ain't got no morals. I hate when people say that, you ain't got no morals. Because I have. They're just different from yours. The things that you care about are not the things I care about. No one can't tell me I ain't got no morals. You know what I'm trying to say? Morals ain't linear, Brent.
You all have codes.
But even some of these codes are bullshit. And you have to live through it.
Still you abide by them.
Yeah, but you have to live through it and go through it to know that it's crap.
I think that's the thing sometimes. I'm like, you fight the most. I could see you fighting it where you've doubled down on a stupid, and I'm saying it's stupid because I didn't come from where you come from. You understand? Yeah. The stupidest code ever. And you're, I'm here. It is what it is.
But you need a bit of that fuck it in you. You need something that is what it is to survive. And obviously that's what I'm trying to say, but it's just...
To survive, you mean back in that world?
Yeah, not... Yeah, but some of it, like you said, some of the things that you learn from there can hold you in good stead here. You just got to know how to take it and how to... You know what I'm trying to say? But you can't let people just do what they want with you. You know what I'm trying to say? That you need to be prepared. Well, you don't need to because everybody's different. But you see, for me, I need to be prepared to burn the house down. Like... Because people can't just fuck with me. You know what I'm trying to say? There needs to be repercussions for actions, and I need to be prepared to go there. Like if you're not, or you're just talking. It's just it doesn't mean that. Like I need to be prepared to do that.
You have to be prepared to be the
someone
biggest and baddest.
Not the biggest and baddest, but if you push me there, I need to be prepared to think that it's not always walk away and be the bigger man. Sometimes that's necessary, but there's sometimes when it's not, and I would have to pick and choose when the right time is. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I have to be sensible. Like, okay, it's not always burn it down. Sometimes let me just hug that, keep it moving and keep it stepping. But you need that in you though. That switch needs to be in you. Whether you're going to press it all the time or ever press it at all, whatever, but it needs to be there. And it needs to be a real threat of you being able to press it. Not just... I'm telling you, Brent.
I think I'm kind of resonating with what you're saying, but I'm applying it to a different context. So this red button right? Where you are willing to just do everything, put your life on the line for, and so I'm now converting it, translated in my head, for the ones I love, right? I would look to take a bullet for my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's the red button I am translating. But I don't think you're talking about that. I think you're talking about, my friend, I am still that brother that you heard about. Please remember that so you don't talk to me in a particular way. That's what I'm hearing from you. This is not a threat. This is a promise. I'm not threatening you. I'm promising you.
Got me.
Yeah, it's not a threat. It's not a promise. Yeah, it's not a threat. It's ain't a threat.
And you said they need to believe you. And sometimes you would need to basically show them the tip. Just so they realize, hey, this is it. For me, I can't countenance that unless it's my loved ones. I can't. Because for me, it's just a waste of what I would need for my loved ones.
I hear it.
Using it before I need to use it.
But again, maybe these are the things I'm talking about that I'm working on, that I need to grow out of, and the mentalities and mindsets that I need to change, because there's certain these things that are ingrained in you, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? That it just is how it is. You know what I'm trying to say? That you don't ask these questions. It just is what it is, and identifying it and realizing that maybe this ain't the right way to walk forward in life, and then just trying to address it, which I feel like I'm doing.
100% you are. When it is that you're doing very well. When it is you speak sometimes, or I hear you speak sometimes about how you used to live and how some of you still live, like it scares me the lack of value you place in the things that I prioritize the most. It scares me, and I don't think you'll feel that same way with what you guys are talking about. Like that particular value system isn't in place in your matrix. Do you understand what I'm saying?
They're putting values in the wrong things. You get what I'm trying to say? I think there's a value system there, but it's misguided and it's putting a lot of the wrong things.
But as you said correctly, it was for survival. That's why I said I can't relate to that kind of stuff because I've never been in that particular environment for me to rewire my brain to not value those things in the manner in which it is that you all had to evaluate.
It's tough, man. We grew up fucked up, man.
It's context, right? And like even like it made sense for your context. So a lot of the times when people say things like, oh, this person is mad, or they like whatever it is, yeah, what they're doing most of the time is just a reaction to their context and their situation. And that's how it functions in that place. And that's what keeps them safe.
It's survival, isn't it?
Survival. And people do a lot of things that seem mad in survival mode. And slowly but surely it becomes ingrained if you're in that context long enough. So if you grow up in a certain area, for example. But as you move into bigger and better things, I'm hoping, I know you are, yeah, you know, those things most likely don't work in that context anymore. So that's when it needs to change.
Yeah, but it's because I could still hear it, if that makes sense. So I could hear someone done something here from our background and our lifestyle, whatever, and I'm like, all right, cool. You and Brent could hear it and think it is absolutely crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? But in my mind, I'm saying, I hear him. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what else was he supposed to do? Very, very rare. Even me being removed from that and trying to do different and want different for myself, my ears are my ears. Like, I can still hear him. Now I'm at a point where, all right, this don't work for me.
Yeah. That's
and
fine.
hopefully I ain't never have to go through that because I'm taking myself out of these situations, so I'm not going through these kind of things.
Yeah.
But I don't even, I get
you
it.
understand because you've lived it and you know and you understand it. That makes sense. But it's if you were to still take that into your new, like, and you're not, I'm not saying you are, but if you are, then that's when you'd start to be like, should I really be doing these things? Because it doesn't make sense anymore. And that's when you need to start to explore it, like, oh, like, why am I still doing this even though there's no threat? Why am I still doing this?
Yeah, no, it's hard to retrain yourself and to relearn certain things.
The whole, did we speak about this? Oh, you weren't here last time. I think we spoke about it though. Like neural pathways and stuff like that. That's a real thing. Like your brain is just wired to go a certain way, and then to reshape that takes time, and it's long.
Shock therapy.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
All right then.
All right.
That was a long topic of the day.
It was.
We covered it all, though, didn't we?
We did.
Definitely did,
That
mate.
was fine. Thank you for your expertise, Dr. Omani. Let's move on to more headlines.
Because I gotta go. So, trigger warning on this. A nursery worker who strapped a 9-month-old baby face down to a beanbag and left her for 90 minutes has been found guilty of manslaughter. Kate Ruffley, who's age 37, put Genevieve Meehan in mortal danger as a punishment, the trial heard. The child died from asphyxiation at Tiny Toes Nursery in Tidal Home in Stockport on the 9th of May 2022. Her family said losing Genevieve had destroyed them and the loss was a wound that will never heal. Some jurors were in tears at the start of the trial as they first watched nursery CCTV footage of the baby room, which captured the tragedy unfolding as Genevieve was left virtually immobilized from 1:35 to 3:12 p.m. The prosecution said she was subjected to rough handling by Ruffley, that's the lady, who told the baby, Genevieve, go home. Do you have to be so loud and constant? Change the record. A 9-month-old baby. That's crazy. Our next headline, WikiLeaks founder, Julian Assange, I think that's how you say his name, can bring, what? Sorry?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Assange.
Can bring a new appeal against extradition to the US, the High Court has ruled. He was granted permission to appeal against the order that he be sent to the US to stand trial for leaking military secrets. The decision means Mr. Assange will be able to challenge US assurances over how his prospective trial would be conducted and whether his right to free speech would be infringed. The 52-year-old's lawyer hugged each other in the court after the latest ruling in the legal saga. They've argued that the case against him relating to the release of highly classified documents almost 15 years ago about alleged US war crimes is politically motivated. In a short ruling on Monday morning, 2 senior judges granted him permission to appeal against an earlier order allowing his extradition to the US. They ruled that he needs to be given a full appeal in the UK. Then our last headline in this segment, the helicopter that crashed killing the Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, the Foreign Minister Hossein Amir, the Foreign Minister Chow, either did not have a transponder fitted or had it turned off, according to an initial investigation by the Turkish rescue group that found the wreckage. The Turkish Transport Minister, Abdul Kadir Uraloglu, I think that's the way it says, told reporters that on hearing news of the crash, Turkish authorities had checked for a signal from the helicopter's transponder that broadcast height and location information. But unfortunately, we think most likely the transponder system was turned off or that the helicopter did not have one. Shouldn't all of them have one? It also emerged that the Iranian government had been urged in a memo by officials to purchase 2 Russian helicopters for its leaders amid concerns over the maintenance of its fleet of aging helicopters. The former Foreign Affairs Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif blamed US sanctions for making it difficult to purchase spares for the fleet, adding that the crash would be recorded in the blacklist of American crimes against the Iranian nation. Time to pay some bills. Let's get into Word on Road. Okay, y'all. Basically, one second. So Alfonso Ribeiro, how do you say his last name? Carlton from, what's it called? Fresh Prince. He basically had an interview recently, and he talked about how Fresh Prince actually killed his career. Which is crazy. I wouldn't have thought that. But he basically said that Fresh Prince, let me quote him, let me give you exactly what he said. He says, playing Carlton on Fresh Prince became a sacrifice. I used to always say doing Carlton was the greatest and worst thing that ever happened to me. It was one of the greatest roles that I ever was fortunate enough to play, but it was also the role that stopped me from acting again because people couldn't see me as anything else. The sacrifice was not having an acting career anymore. That's really sad, but that happens to a lot of people.
That's facts though. Carlton can't do nothing else.
Yeah, I'm not taking him seriously.
Yeah,
as
no,
a-
You
I'm
can
not
do
gonna take him
action.
seriously.
You can think a bit action hero or something
Yeah,
like that. I
it's
think
not gonna
Carlton,
happen.
he don't
Yeah.
sit your little ass down. Like, where the fuck's Will? You better call Will for this.
I disagree because I hated what's that stupid boy from Power?
Tariq.
Yeah,
What else
He
have you seen
flipped
Tariq in?
That's no, you just didn't like him as a person, and you like his character. It's still the same character. It's still the same person. That's character development. That's an arc. That doesn't matter. But Tariq, if you saw Tariq in a different movie role, which people have seen him in, I swear, in that little basketball film, I can't remember. But if you saw him in a different music role, you wouldn't be like, "Ah, what's Tariq doing here?" I think you'd allow him to.
I definitely would say what is Tariq doing here.
But you wouldn't
Until
allow him to be the character
He
that.
convinces me. But that's why I said I didn't think I would be able to like Tariq again.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because it's technically the same show. It's a spin-off of the same show. If you see Tariq in a flipping rom-com or in the next, I don't know, Stranger Things or something, then you can let me know whether or not you like Tariq.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're
You know what I
saying
mean?
that he was acting in the same manner.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same
He's doing the
person.
same thing.
So
Same role.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you're saying that I can't. What you're saying about Alfonso is you can't see him in a serious role. You can only see
I
him
can
in
see
a
him in a
nerdy.
It's like
I can
Kevin
see him
Hart.
in a-
Kevin Hart done that fake
Oh, the one
Ocean's
with-
11 thing the other day with the
that
heist
dead
movie,
thing.
Yeah,
and I'm watching it, and the whole time I'm saying,
make a joke.
I'm saying,
Tell a
Kevin, this ain't your goddamn story. Like, this is not your story. You like when you're there, you're trying to be serious, fight scenes, all this crap, and I'm just like,
Give him
no.
a ride along.
I'm just like, no, Kevin.
I think he's chatting rubbish.
He said no, Kevin.
Who, me?
No.
Alfonso.
Oh, sorry.
No, not you. Your opinion is your opinion.
But Alfonso changed rubbish.
They know, how many young people don't know what Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is.
Yeah, but do you know what it is though? So with Hollywood, and that's what I was gonna say is that I can see him in like rom-com roles. I can see him in stuff that's not action. Or I can see him in drama playing someone's dad. I can see him in stuff. But the thing with Hollywood is that you're typecast.
100%.
And we get a lot of people say this. So I can see that whenever he was getting roles, they were all roles of like being someone's sidekick friend or like the silly friend, the nerdy friend. And if he didn't want that for his career, obviously as you're declining roles, years go by. Next thing you know, no one really cares anymore because Fresh Prince is dead now.
And when you get one of them shows that have been on for so long and that people grow up to, like, you do get seen as that. Remember, Will was lucky. Will Smith, he's Will Smith, in like he's been himself. So we just, Fresh Prince just went and behaved like Fresh Prince in other places. Then he started doing movies. Oh, cool, Fresh Prince in Men in Black. It's lit. You know what I'm trying to say? None of them who done that would have been feeling the same things. The only person who diversified their portfolio a bit would have been what, like Tatiana Ali, and she was young. She was young, and then she grew up into a woman, and then men was like, "Rah, she's sexy," and then she can sing. Was like, "Oh shit, she can sing too." All right, Tatiana, let's go. We'll take you. But the rest of them, it was like Hillary, like Jeffrey,
And Viv.
like they're done. They're done out here.
Yeah, I mean, I understand
That's strict.
what you're saying because typecasting is a thing. And from what he's saying, probably he's talking about from the perspective of the writers, the producers, the directors. They only want him to play that particular role in which it is that they it's set into their brain. But I don't know if it is that he had tried theatre. I don't know if it is he had tried TV drama. I don't know if it is he had gone another way where let me start from scratch and work up.
Theatre, he would have been sick on Broadway.
Precisely.
You know?
Let me take some roles from some unknown production houses and let me try to cook again. Yes, I don't know if it is he went on that particular path, but I could flip and see him in other.
Yeah,
things.
his managers.
If his acting is wavy, 100% he could basically redefine himself.
He could have even had a cook show, like them cooking shows back in the day.
Yeah, he could have gone into hosting or something.
Yeah, I mean, he hosts Dancing with a Star now.
Oh, does he?
Dancing
Okay,
with a
I
Star,
didn't know that.
sorry. He's a co-host on that. He also hosts a show called America's Funniest Home Videos and Jack Hanna's Passport.
Not everyone's got it. Not everybody transitions from TV to do different things. Some people stay in TV like their whole life. Like there's certain people,
But you know, I think-
like Phil Mitchell. We ain't trying to see Phil nowhere else apart from EastEnders. Like we do,
Apart from
like,
Albert Square.
apart from Albert Square, we ain't trying to see Phil nowhere else. Couldn't give a fuck.
Is Phil the ginger one?
Yeah.
No, that's Max
No,
Browning,
he's
babes.
bald.
No, but he's still brown hair, ginger, like
That's what I'm
Grant's
talking
brother.
about.
Grant's
The
brother.
two of them, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And one of them had that kind of gingery hair.
Yeah, yeah,
If he grows it out.
Anyone
yeah.
can
Yeah,
grow
yeah,
up.
yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
That
Yes.
man
Can
is
he
bold.
grow it out?
Can he grow it out? Thank you very much. Asking the right questions.
But
I've
I'm
never
with
seen
you.
that man
It's
with
him.
hair.
Yeah, I 100%.
How do you know he's ginger? His eyebrows.
He doesn't have
I've
that.
He has no hair on
I'm
his
sorry,
head.
I need to get a picture because
No, he doesn't.
I thought I've seen him sometimes when
It's like strawberry blonde,
I thought it
blackish.
was.
It's red. It's like just Phil. Yeah, it's Phil's hair's like
I've
red.
never seen that man's hair anywhere.
and
that man came out the womb
when he
bald.
drinks a lot,
Girl,
it makes it worse.
This man that has no eyebrows or nothing.
Give me
Yeah,
this
yeah,
1
yeah.
second.
how can you tell that
Is
he's
it
gonna be he's ginger?
When he was younger, because obviously when he's older,
Where?
the
Where do you all see
ginger is
him when
going
he's
to be
younger?
grey and white and stuff.
No,
innit?
the ginger's bold.
But
evaporated.
in my head,
Man types in Phil Mitchell Young. He looks just as old. There's not. What are we doing
Morgan
here?
Freeman flex.
Okay, here we go. It's not ginger. It's like the strawberry blonde. This is what it is. Like it's that reddish. It's the
In
reddish.
certain lights, yeah.
It's dark. It's redder than Grant's. Grant's has like brown,
That's
black hair.
unfortunate for Grant. Sorry. Let me not. Sorry, go
but
on.
Grant had that type of crossover appeal with the whole bad guy type of thing.
The
So
Ross
he
Kemp
could-
thing. Well, you know what? I didn't know he did until he done it.
Oh, you didn't know what Ross Kemp?
No, I didn't. Well, obviously, I just know him as Grant, innit? Then when he came back as Ross Kemp, he's doing different things. I didn't know it was gonna work until he done it. If that makes sense. When he done it, it's like, all right, cool. Then we take you as who you are, Ross Kemp, because we liked Grant, like stuff like that. There's other people from East. It's not just that, because other people from EastEnders who've done different things. Martin McCutcheon's gone singing and that, Tiffany and that. Like, it's not just because you're in TV. I'm just saying, there's just certain people have got it, and certain people ain't.
Have you seen Ross elsewhere?
David Schwimmer. Yeah, movies.
And he was
He's in
thingy, He
Madagascar.
Was he
he's
Ross?
in
though?
Madagascar as well. Yes, he is. And he was also in the OJ, People vs. OJ.
Was he Ross?
No, he was Robert Kardashian.
Yeah, but you still kind of always see Ross. But out of the Friends ones, I would say Rachel,
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
I don't see her as
she's-
Rachel.
She's not Rachel. She's Jennifer Aniston.
She's Jennifer Aniston.
Courtney, is it Courtney Cox?
Courtney
Yeah,
Cox.
Courtney Cox, yeah.
Courtney
I think
as well,
she's been
actually.
doing bits.
She could do different things as well.
Phoebe.
Even Phoebe, you know.
She's been doing bits.
No, actually, no. What's the film that I see Phoebe in?
Was
She was
she-
the little
was she-
blonde brethren.
Was
And
Phoebe in there?
she was basically, yeah, she was basically.
shame.
But no, but I've seen the one where she's like a strict woman.
Oh, yes. I know what you're thinking about. Oh, I can see the image in my head right now. And she had a suit on.
Yeah.
Hair was straight.
Yeah, I can't remember the
I
film.
can't remember.
Oh, is she someone's mum?
Maybe, I
In
think
it.
so.
Yeah.
It was a
Yes.
rom-com.
Was it a rom-com? I don't
it
think
a
it was a rom-com. I
rom-com?
felt like it was a serious
I
film.
think it was
Was it?
You see James Spader,
Who's that?
Who?
guy from Blacklist?
And
What's that?
Make me show you a picture. He is the same in every single thing, Imajigi, but
I would put like that. No good
he will
actors. you know.
always have jobs.
You don't think they're good actors? You
No.
do? Oh, no,
Why
I
are you the
don't
same?
either.
Like, why am I watching something totally different?
Like-
But I'm thinking of the first thing. That's a good show, by the way, first of
Oh,
all.
I've not watched
This
it.
is
He
Spader.
is the same in everything.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely
He is the same in everything.
brilliant.
He was the same. He was in the same in the office.
Yes.
He was in Office US.
Yes.
Same guy.
It's the twitches.
There's just something about him. Yeah.
Oh, he's a
It's
brilliant
his facial
actor.
expressions.
Yeah.
That's right there where he's wearing the hat. That it's just there's a facial.
Yeah, but he's a
expression
TV man. All the stuff he does is TV, and he's not a Hollywood man. He's not. They ain't no.
It's
I'm
just
not saying.
always
I'm
the
not
same
saying
in
he ain't
everything.
been in Hollywood. Who Idris?
Yeah.
Like Idris can do different stuff in my mind. Idris from obviously
Actually,
the
when he
TV.
was out here, that crazy film that's
Yeah,
scared me a
Idris-
little.
Idris does different things for me. I think I could see Idris. I could see Idris as anything. He's a good actor. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then there's certain people that's just stuck in TV.
Was stuck in
Look
the
at
same
George
role.
Clooney. When I bought George Clooney, he was on TV. He was in ER. He was a doctor in ER.
But don't you agree that TV has taken over movies as the go-to media consumption for,
Absolutely.
for you? You rate it more than a
Yeah,
movie now.
definitely.
Yeah, but we don't hold the TV stars as the TV
I
stars
do,
shine
I
is not
do.
as big as a Hollywood
I
star.
do.
Give
I
me a
do.
who's what TV
Kerry
star?
Washington,
Because
she
look-
did flipping scandal. Viola Davis, them women, they embodied, and also Kerry Washington is the same and everything.
Because you have to turn up
That's-
Viola
every
does movies, though.
single
Like
season.
Viola translates from just TV to Viola will go and do movies. So she's
Okay, fair.
You know what I'm saying? She's got it. She's
She's
someone I'm
Hollywood.
talking about that's got it.
James Spader could do it.
This guy who my man from Blacklist.
Yes.
No, he's meaty, man.
You chat so much rubbish. My first introduction to him was Boston Legal. Have you ever seen that?
No.
That's why you're talking. Have you seen House?
Yeah, I seen House.
House. That guy?
Hugh
guy?
Laurie.
Mwah.
Yeah, but he's a big actor.
Brilliant. But my first introduction to him was no, it wasn't House. It was a
Comedic
stupid,
actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was comedy.
Yeah.
Then I saw him in House. I'm thinking, what the hell?
And obviously he's English, he does the accent like that. You know, the Englishmen are different, they're probably unfair. He's a proper actor, he's a big actor. He can do, if you saw my man in a movie, in a film, in a Hollywood film, you're not, like, you're taking it for
I
what it
can
is.
guarantee you that James Spader, he was in Crash.
He was in Crash. Oh my God, he was young in Crash.
He was in Avengers,
He was in Avengers.
Age of Ultron.
Which one was he? Was he
I don't know
just
what
in a
that is.
costume or
I don't
something?
know what that is. I don't know why I said it.
It was like the props talking about they were in the film. No, you weren't. You're passing by. No, you weren't.
He was in Lincoln.
Oh, I love Lincoln.
Don't tell me this guy. Like he's in The Horseman. Don't talk to me about this guy can't do movies.
He's really good there.
He's in Wall Street.
Okay.
Bad Influence.
Right.
Okay, what's
Guy,
his biggest movie he's been
litany,
in?
man.
Forget TV. What's the biggest blockbuster? Tell me something he's done that moved the needle.
I talked to Boston Legal. Oh, you don't want movie?
Film, yeah. Because I'm saying he's a TV man. There's pure man that are kings of TV.
But I rate TV more than movies, so I don't know what you're saying. You're not,
Okay, then,
That's
but
what
you
I mean.
I asked you to give me a TV star who just does TVs, whose star is as bright as a Hollywood man.
as bright.
Yeah.
That's right.
That might be easy. Give me a moment. You can continue.
Oh yeah.
Give me a
shit,
moment.
sorry,
Give me a
sorry.
moment.
Okay.
That's all right.
I could tell you.
No, it's 11:30. We've got to speed this up. This is crazy.
Bro. Honestly. Okay. I thought it was going to be a quick show today as well, you know. What?
Yeah, I got somewhere to be. I forgot all about it. I thought I was going to go home and get to eat and all that. It might not happen.
How's the cards?
He went in House of Cards.
No, you said name a guy.
That's
that
not.
Firstly, he's cancelled. Secondly, he's a proper actor.
Firstly, cancelled.
He's a proper actor. TV.
You asked me to name
No, but
a
I'm
guy.
not. You're
who
telling me
does
someone that can
TV
do both.
better than
I'm
movie.
not. No. What's his name again? Spacey, innit?
Always whispering.
His biggest.
Also, that's a white man who got out of here.
You know, Kevin, that's Kaiser Solsay. There's
Yes.
nothing he's done on TV that's bigger than movies. Are you mad?
Fair.
He's in Usual Suspects.
To be honest, I'm not even looking to compare the House of Cards to Usual Suspects because I would definitely say that House of Cards will clinch it. But
Kaiser
I hear what you're
Solsay
saying.
is one of the
I hear
most
what you're saying.
iconic characters
Say it louder.
in
Say it
film
louder.
history. Okay,
Say it
sorry.
louder.
You know what? Let's.
Oh, Omar from The Wire. He had never done nothing in the movie scene, the movie space that trumps that. And I would even have.
That's true, but he's a TV man.
I would even say Marlon Stanfield.
Marlo.
Marlo, sorry.
Yeah, that's just one character. I ain't seen anything. But
And he's done a lot in the movie space. He's always a police officer.
yeah, Michael is I think he's a TV man more than a Hollywood man. I can't even think of what actually films he's been in, but I know he's done Broadwalk Empire and The Wire, and that's enough. Chalky White and Omar, them characters are enough. I don't think he's got bigger characters than that. But I don't. Yeah, but he's a TV man. Oh, you're saying Omar? That's what I'm trying to say. These men can't talk to even man who's just living off the past. These men can't talk to these to Will Smiths and Tom Cruises and Brad Pitts and that's stars. You know what I'm trying to say?
You're naming
The
these
Rock.
old fellas.
Okay, The Rock.
It's the new age now, bro.
The Rock. There's not a lot of the Hollywood's dying out. There's not a lot of new age man like leading men that are killing it in movies like that.
Yeah, as you know,
now.
it's not about movies anymore. It's about series on Netflix. You know that.
yeah.
That's
TV.
why everybody's migrating, and some of them can't migrate properly. That age is dead.
I hear you. Sorry, Esther.
You're good, babes. All right. Diddy. So obviously he was getting. It means we're getting cooked anyway for a few days now. But basically, it's been revealed that in the settlement that he agreed to less than 24 hours, I've got to make that point. Basically, one of the terms is that he cannot say Cassie's name publicly, and she can't either. But I don't think Sis was trying to say his name anyway. But yeah, that's one of the reasons. So I guess when he did his apology video, that might have been why he just didn't say her name or anything like that.
I saying he's legally not allowed to say her name.
Yeah, it's in the settlement that he signed,
Okay.
which I think is good because don't be playing in my face after you're a monster.
Just shut your mouth forever.
Honestly, don't address me
Ever.
So yeah, so that's that. And then in wonderful news, wonderful news, Melissa's wardrobe, aka Big Mel, not the little one. She posted on her Instagram yesterday saying, so she made a post, and then she had text over it, so you have to click into it and find out what it is. And she said, my biggest collaboration of all time, thank you God. She's given birth to a lovely baby boy. That's amazing. I'm excited for her, man. Oh, queen of privacy. I love
And
seeing
it was
that.
private.
I
Not
love
so
stuff like
what?
that. That is my...
Just
I love
drop
it.
the baby. Yeah, I love that.
Honestly. So she posted and the caption said, so she posted pictures of her pregnant, which looks gorgeous. And then she also posted her baby's ear. I like stuff like that. Big up Audrey, because we only ever see the back of Anaya's head. I love stuff like that. It's just,
No
don't
one
me
needs to
put your
see a
baby out
baby's
there.
face.
Yeah, I'm not here for it.
That stuff annoys me.
Mate,
What stuff?
Like when they just put the baby's foot and
I love,
Oh, why
that's
does it
my
annoy
bag.
you?
because it's like you don't want to show the baby. We know you don't want to show the
No,
baby.
but see my
I'm
baby's
all for
foot.
it. Just leave the baby
Oh, so it's
alone.
all or nothing, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No,
like,
man.
Right, I
what are we
That's
doing
my
here?
shit.
Like,
I'll show you your fingernail. I'll show
Yeah.
you your toe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll show you the elbow
Little
tomorrow.
pinky.
Treat my man the same way.
I'll be like, if you don't get these big feet off my timeline.
Okay, right.
Okay.
So Melissa, she said, what God cannot do does not exist. I fought so hard to be your mummy, baby boy, but the victory belongs to Jesus. Amen, child. Thank you, God, for bringing our little one to us safely. And then she also posted on a story saying, do I have that? Yeah, I do. She said, hey, my Huns, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your kind words and well wishes. My baby truly is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And after a tough fight, I'm so happy to finally be a mummy. I unfortunately had quite a difficult and somewhat traumatic pregnancy with some really scary moments. So to be on the other side of it with our happy and healthy baby is truly a testament of God's favor. Getting pregnant, staying pregnant, and delivering a healthy child is not as easy or even as common as you think. It's truly such a precious and delicate journey to embark on. So I really am grateful to the very few people in my life that knew who graciously gave me the privacy, respect, and support that I needed to work through the battles that I was experiencing. I'm so grateful for God's covering over my little boy's life, and I'll forever be indebted to him for the mercy he bestowed upon us during such a trying time. This whole experience has truly been an example of God's amazing grace. As I'll be honest, pregnancy is probably the toughest thing I've ever experienced, but I'm overwhelmed at the thought of the amount of mercy God showed me during it, and I'm very glad to be on the other side of it. I'm sure you can understand that it's necessary for me to take some time out to focus on being the best mum I can be for my little boy, but I will definitely be back to share my pregnancy journey, as I believe it's quite important to share so it could possibly help an expecting mum know what to look out for during hers. And she said, thank you so much again, and we'll see each other soon. So sis is she's on a break, honey. She's on a break.
I'm mat leave.
Maternity leave, for sure. Because I work in social media as well, so definitely on maternity leave. But I'm glad. I'm every time I see a black woman have a baby, like happily, healthily, in every other way, wherever it is, I'm just happy because it's very, very traumatic on the bodies. And we know what the stats are for black women. So amazing, amazing news to her or for her. And yeah, and it's so funny. Someone said, we've all got our babies now. # men when we do it.
I saw that. I was screaming.
Now that's the one.
That's the one I'm going to sign
tap
out of. Sorry, guys.
Malcolm made me do everything. Not that, child. But no, congratulations to Mel. That is amazing, amazing, amazing news. But very quickly, let's get into asking for a friend.
Do we ever do that on Wednesdays?
Is it Tuesday? No, you don't. You can start.
Oh, it's Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday today.
Fair. I don't know.
You think it was Wednesday?
I don't know why I just.
Why would you
added
be
a
here?
bloody date.
I don't know, but I feel like I've got 23 minutes.
Don't worry, we'll
I have
do
less,
the reception.
so we can do it. Let's go.
All right, okay. Looking for the card.
Do you want to skip? Okay. Actually, no, we can't skip it now.
You're already here.
Person knows. We're here. One's what?
Or just what?
One of them's
The
white.
second one is just like a message.
Okay. So, dilemma from someone who's age 25. One for the gaming lot. Who games in here?
As in like PlayStation and that.
I think so.
Sounds like it.
Appreciation than that.
Okay. So the new Assassin's Creed Shadows has kicked up a lot of fuss with the Asian community as a black character, Yasuke, is the protagonist in a game set in Japan. He was a real person and is being depicted as he was with slight changes yet. It seems Asian fans feel disrespected by this choice. Thoughts?
Oh.
So basically they got a black character doing bad things. They got a black character doing bad things.
What's that Asian? What's this, like a Japanese man or something? Yasuki.
No, he's a
This
black
is-
guy,
this is
but
him.
he's in a Japanese game
But he
causing
wasn't like this
mayhem.
before.
Was it meant to be a kind of diversity thing?
No, but I'm just so I think he's trying to be like a
What are they say? What
Stereotype.
is he black from history, or have they made him black now?
They
no, he's
made
black
him.
from his-
So
Is he
in
black
history, he wasn't black.
I don't think he was.
He
Oh,
said
so
he
they're-
was a real person and is being depicted as he was with slight changes.
Slight
This is
changes.
the thing.
Slight changes can't be race.
This is what I'm saying. The
That's
slight
not
changes is
slight
that they
Race
made
is
it black.
slight. Race is all the changes.
Wait, could I just... So this is a new character or is this... They've just revamped a character that already used...
This is a new character in the game.
Right, and they've introduced it. Okay, cool.
He's the protagonist, so I'm guessing he's the.
The main character.
No, he goes against Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is the guy with the hood, isn't it? The
Yeah.
bald guy with the
So
hood.
he's like the. Why am I losing words for? But he's the guy that they're going against, basically.
The villain.
There we go.
Okay.
That works for me.
Okay, so what do we think? Very quickly. I think that's, I don't know.
If it's a real person from history and they've changed it and they've made him black, then
That's
the
what-
Japanese man are allowed to say what they want about it, innit? Really and truly. Why are we getting involved in Asian issues for?
No, it's I think, isn't it black people being upset?
No, I think he's saying that Asian communities are upset about it. But
But
probably,
I
are they using it as a chance to get their racism off?
I don't know. But I thought that anything over there, they looked to change anyway. movies. They make sure, hey, run all of that crap.
That's true.
When
Run
you're
Asian.
doing the production stuff, do stuff for our market. Or so it's not gonna run in our market. They always do that. So why don't they do that with the game? When you're selling it in the Asian market, don't have this character depicted in this particular manner.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. Apparently he was a black man in history. Shout out to the educated in the chat.
Oh, so he was black in history.
You may have to double
He was
check
a
that.
black. Yeah, we might need to. Yeah, but apparently he was black and he was a samurai.
Samurai.
Oh, he's a black samurai.
Apparently.
Oh, if he was
So
black,
what's the
then what was their
problem?
problem?
Mozambique.
They shouldn't be.
From
They shouldn't be
Mozambique.
vexed at all.
Apparently, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Next.
we need to do some fact checking because we don't know what going on. But if he was black and that's the color that God made him, then I understand what he's on.
We need a gamer to tune in.
Yeah. Next. The age of this next dilemma, as young as my heart desires. To you old. And the dilemma is, I would like to invest, but I can't afford £200. Okay, you're very young. I have been here from the start, and it brings joy to my heart to be here every morning, and it warms my soul to know how you all have put in, and I would love to be involved. Is there any other way I can be involved? Oh, that's sweet. I would love to. I don't mind volunteering too. I'm all here for my people and here to help if I can in any way possible. Even if it's being a cleaner, I'm all here for it. Well, there will be more information about that.
Yeah.
When we have more information about what's next. We told them actually in the video, live show. So there'll be more information about volunteering and stuff like that for the live show. So stay, just keep watching. And thank you very much. It's very sweet.
Send Brent a list with your skill set.
Yeah.
That
No,
helps.
serious.
100%.
No, I'm being serious.
That's a
Send them a list
Small CV.
with your skill
There you
set.
go.
Anything that you feel like you could do really well.
there you go.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you're-
already collecting those particular lists. I'm putting it in categories.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah,
babes,
yeah,
message Brent then.
Yeah.
Anything
But
you think you
also-
can do well and you're enthusiastic about, just send us, let us
Yeah.
know.
But also, that is very, very sweet. And we appreciate that of you, actually.
Yeah, much love.
Yeah, to want to invest in another kind of way. Appreciate it. So, love and light to you, babes. Young one.
Straight.
The last dilemmas, chow. Not dilemmas, what's it called? Headlines.
Talent.
I hear
She's
it.
just like
sis.
me. Fair.
Yeah, back out to your Dr. Bagno, yeah?
Sorry, let me.
Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness. Margs, I thought you would have jumped on that.
I wasn't paying
Never
attention.
mind. Never
And I
mind.
wasn't referring to him.
Well, that'll do it. All right, prosecutors in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office rested their case on Monday after Michael Cohen, whose $130,000 hush money payment to the adult film star Stormy Daniels is at the heart of the criminal case against Donald Trump, testified that he knew the payment violated federal election law. Well, that's that then. The conclusion of the prosecution's case in chief led to Trump's legal team to start their defense case, including Robert Costello, a lawyer close to Trump's associates, who almost came to represent Cohen after he was charged by federal prosecutors with tax evasion in 2018. Costello recalled that he advised Cohen to cooperate with federal prosecutors in that case and offer any information he had on Trump. Cohen lamented, "I swear to God, Bob, I don't have anything on Donald Trump," and that Trump knew nothing about the hush money payments. Whether the jury credits Costello's testimony over Cohen's remains unclear. Sometimes when things are going on with certain celebrities, people just want to report for no reason. There was no information here. There was nothing here. Anyway. A Labour government would aim to announce the sites for a series of new towns within a year of taking office, with the promise that homes will be built in them by the end of a first term, Angela Rayner is to say in a speech, giving more detail to a plan first outlined in Keir Starmer's party conference speech in October. Rayner will tell a housing conference that Labour will strongly support private developers who create high quality and affordable housing. Speaking at the event in Leeds, the Labour deputy leader, who is also shadow housing and levelling up secretary, will link the plan with the new towns created on Labour during the post-war building boom. The new versions are part of a wider pledge by the party to oversee the construction of 1.5 million new homes during the first term in office. Under the plan, Rayner would appoint a new towns task force of independent experts to select possible sites with factors to consider, including local views plus a suitably high demand for new housing, and the prospect of jobs and transport infrastructure. The process will be opened to bidding from councils. In a planned timetable, the task force would make recommendations within 6 months, with a list of projects confirmed within 12 months and homes being built during the first term. To the glory of God, last one. South Africa. South Africa's highest court has barred former President Jacob Zuma from running for parliament in next week's general election. The Constitutional Court ruled that his 15-month prison sentence for contempt of court disqualified him. Mr. Zuma was convicted in 2021 for refusing to testify at an inquiry investigating corruption during his presidency, which ended in 2018. He has been campaigning under the banner of the newly formed Umkhonto Sizwe MK party after falling out with the governing African National Congress, ANC. MK Secretary General Shile Ngubane said the party was disappointed with the ruling, but it would not affect the party's campaign for the 29th May election. He is still the leader of the party. It, as in the ruling, doesn't affect our campaign at all, he said. South Africans vote for political parties, with the candidates at the top of their list getting parliamentary seats, depending on the number of votes the party gets. That's it. That's all the headlines for today. It's time to pay some more bills, and let's get into the reaction.
So, welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out the sports headlines. Oh my God, no more sports for a little while, man. Or not sports, sorry, no more.
That's so funny.
Why?
It's so ridiculous.
Because that's 100% just football. In your life, it's just football.
It's just football, man. We're going down to it. Did you do any reaction
No,
yesterday?
I was waiting for you.
Well, you know what it is. What I'm pissed about, obviously, because I was away, so I didn't really get the feel of the last day of the Prem. I didn't get it. Like, I didn't sit down and enjoy it, see how it was playing out and whatnot. I didn't get a chance to do none of that. I didn't see none of the goals, none of the games. I saw Rodri saying that human ain't mentality monsters. You know what I'm trying to say? He echoed similar things to what I was saying. Remember, he was like, when they came to Etihad, I could see that they weren't trying to beat us. You get me? They were trying to draw. They weren't trying to win. And that's when I knew they never had the mentality to get it done. And we knew we was always going to beat them. We'll win the last 6, 7, 8 games like it's nothing. Like, what? You get me? Because we got...
Yeah, hindsight's beautiful.
No, that's foresight.
As it played out...
That's foresight. He's telling you what he saw. That's foresight.
No, hindsight is beautiful. He wasn't speaking like that after the game. In fact, wasn't a couple of the players basically saying, that was great? Wasn't it? Silva.
What did Silva say?
Silva was like, oh, they played really, really well. Like it was impossible to penetrate them. Something like that.
That's defensively. That's pragmatist. So maybe he's a pragmatist. Maybe he's pragmatic. Maybe he's pragmatic.
What happened for the 2 games?
But he did a double on them. No, 1 win, 1 draw, innit?
Huh?
1 win, 1 draw.
So when did we win?
At home.
And then when we went to them, what happened?
You drew.
I take that every single top of the season.
And what he's saying is you didn't try to. That would have been the difference.
I saw it as tactical. You probably saw it as, oh my goodness. But that was a masterclass.
It's weak, man.
Defensive masterclass.
Well, again, Dan said something on Filthy the other day, and it's like Arsenal's been really good this year for 2 years in a row, but they can't prove it. They can't prove it. There's no
such
proof.
a bad take.
How? There's just no receipts. Not even a day at Wembley. You don't even have a day at Wembley.
Yeah, so you all have had a great season because you all have had a day at Wembley.
No. That's not what we're saying. But even I'm saying there's receipts in it. There's proof. There's people got ticket stubs.
There's proof that what?
That we've done stuff.
You mean that you've had a great season?
No,
that's what you just said.
I'm saying last year we had 2 dates at Wembley. This year we've got another date at Wembley. So I'm saying there's people at home with ticket stubs, magazines. What are they called? What are they called? You know what they're called when you go to the thing.
It's really crazy for you to say the last 2 years.
What I'm
you
trying
all
to say is,
should be celebrating, and we should be celebrating.
No, and then obviously look, City's won it, so they've got winners' medals. Who won League Cup this year? Did I City again? Who won League Cup this year?
Did you just look at?
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
I'm just saying, there's no that you have been doing stuff, but there's no proof. There's no actual tangible evidence. Just stories.
So wild. For us to run them, the perfect team in the world, down to the bloody last day, and you say there's no proof of progress.
That's true. This year
it's
was
crazy.
This year you challenged for the title, I suppose. Last year you didn't, but this year you did. So
What's happening next year?
What's happening next year?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, man.
Jump out the top 4?
The wheels fall off, man.
Yeah.
The wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
man.
is this season for us to fall off, yeah?
The wheels fall off, man.
All right.
Because it's more detrimental than it will be more detrimental for you not to play good, run up to the whole season and then don't win it again. That would be more detrimental than having a little drop off here now.
Yeah.
If you do that again, then Arteta's got a goal.
Is it? He has to go, yeah?
If he just drops off now, then obviously you trust the process, innit?
Yeah?
But if he runs it again and then falls short again, you'll be like, you know what? This you're not
Yeah.
it.
Who do we replace him with? Who's going to basically let us pip Man City?
Tuchel?
You think that's going to happen?
Tuchel could
As
do
in,
it.
he can come in and basically beat Pep. That's
He
what
won,
you're saying.
He won a Champions League and that.
Are you saying that he can come in and beat Pep?
Yeah. He's not bad. He's a good coach.
So why don't you all get Tuchel in at United?
I don't know if it's what we want. I think we understand that we had an unprecedented amount of injuries and there was just a lot going on in the club, a lot of unrest behind the scenes with the players, and there's just a lot that needs to be sorted out. But it's not just the manager; they're starting from the top. So they, like I said, they brought in Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, the Avi from Man City, and they're just building a good team. So now they're just thinking, you know what? Let's give Donny the best chance at success. This iteration of the club that we're working under now, he hasn't even seen it. He hasn't even had a chance to do this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, man. One more year, man. It's cool. We'll see what happens.
So where do you all finish next year?
Who, us?
Mm.
I don't know, you know. I have to see.
'Cause I saw you playing very well at the end of the season. Oof, I was seeing his tactics cooking.
Oh, was he?
Cooking, I'm telling you. So what's happening next season?
He's getting ready for the FA Cup. He promised them that they're going to bring it home.
Yeah.
Promised everybody that
Yeah, it's
United
gonna
are
happen.
going to win it.
It's gonna happen because he said it. So, go on. Next season, top 4.
I don't know. It's the way the team performed. Just like last year, we finished third, and you'd think it's more in keeping with the same. So we would have picked us top 4 before our ball got kicked, which is fair enough. With everything that's happened now, and we were finishing 8th or 7th or wherever we finished, where is it? 8th. We finished 8th now. Until things get addressed and players come in, it'll be hard to move them from where they are. So I wouldn't know. If you ask me to make a choice now, I'll just say more of the same again.
All right,
to
top
be
4
honest
though.
with you.
I want top 4.
I can't guarantee we're going to get top 4 until I know.
No, forget about United. You've just said they're going to be 8th. That's fine. Predict the top 4.
Oh, the top 4. City, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle.
You have to love the commitment to the hatred.
You just asked my
You
opinion,
have
man.
to love it. You have to love it.
You just asked my opinion, man.
You said it. You said it. Fair. I'm not even going to contest it. It's fair. Fair.
It was good. I've got 5 minutes left. We're not going to get to the end of the show. Basically, Arsenal never done it. Yeah, big up City 4 times in a row. United's been bad, but we've still got FA Cup chance to redeem some kind of semblance of self-respect. You know, if we can go and put on a show and bring the title back to Old Trafford. Not the title, the cup to Old Trafford. You'll take it, man. What else can you do, man? You'll take it. In avenues, we've got Fury and Usyk. The Fury fans are saying that Usyk cheated. Okay. Boxing fans are very suspicious that Usyk allegedly breaking rules during the victory over Tyson Fury. The Ukrainian became the first undisputed heavyweight world champion in a quarter of a century with a split decision victory over the Gypsy King. However, some viewers began a conspiracy theory on social media that Usyk was using an inhaler between rounds. Footage appeared to show Usyk putting something to his mouth while sat in the corner. However, fans have argued there was no wrongdoing by Usyk, with there being no suggestion that Usyk did use an inhaler other than from a number of boxing supporters on social media. One fan argued that Tyson Fury got cheated, while another said anyone noticed they gave what looked like an inhaler to Usyk in round 6 and 7. So apparently there's a video there, bro. Can we click that quickly? and he's going to be stripped of his IBF belt. You get me? So his undisputed world heavyweight titles are set to be fragmented, with Britain's Daniel Dubois poised to fight for the vacant IBF belt. The Ukrainian defeated Fury to unify the WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF heavyweight belts in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, but he will only reign supreme for a short spell, as one of the sport's governing bodies is likely to strip away the title. Usyk is expected to face Fury again in an immediate rematch, but the IBF mandatory title challenger Filip Hrgović has been waiting for the... Oh, wait 1 second.
Oh my goodness.
Let me see this.
They did that in front of the world?
What
Shameful.
happens?
Absolutely shameful.
Oh my God,
He's
that's an
giving
asthma
him Hiller.
pump.
Shameful stuff.
Oh my God. What?
What did they do?
You can't use asthma pump in a boxing fight. That's illegal.
What if you're
gives you-
asthmatic?
Why hasn't he got asthma?
No.
So what?
No, listen.
A man has to wheeze to death.
Can you
That's
imagine?
drugs. That's drugs.
What's in there?
Steroids.
Oh.
What's in there?
It's giving you increased lung capacity and things.
I'm gonna tell you that thing is cap, by the way, because I do a hit class every week, and when I took my inhaler before,
No, but what is
I'm
that?
still
Is that what is
struggling.
that?
That is an inhaler.
That isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it not true?
I don't know if it is, to be honest.
It could just be like a drink, no?
No, can't you slow it down? You can slow it
Brother.
down. You can slow it down on Twitter.
Serious?
Yeah, I think you can.
Let's see. Playback speed.
There you go.
0.25. We've seen enough. I saw it.
It's been
Let's see
investigated.
again.
See, look. He came up. He's put his lips over it. Like you see his two bottom fingers is holding it. And it will go away. And there is a long, yeah.
You can see the shaft. Or
Oh
it could
my
just be,
God.
It may not be an asthma pump because that looks a bit high tech. That looks futuristic. I don't know if they make it like that.
What was it? What was it? I think it was a vape. You think he's smoking on fruit bubblicious during the fight?
it's
No,
water.
someone's saying it's a
boxed
crucifix.
water.
Raspberry
They're
ice.
saying he kissed the cross.
He kissed the cross.
That's what they're saying in the chat. It's just praising the Lord.
No praising the Lord, child. Why didn't he kiss the Lord publicly then? Why they
I
hang
can
him
see
back
it. He's kissed the cross.
It's a cross.
I'm converted now. It's
What
not
cross?
an asthma pump.
down? Anyway,
It's a cross.
that's good.
It's blinged out.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
It's a cross.
All right.
Yeah, he's kissed the cross.
Do you know, I think...
Because why would he take an asthma pump in front of all those cameras? Right?
That's true.
We
And
were
I
doing
think the
stuff
towel
there.
is going to cover it.
People do stuff there.
It's the cross.
Okay, good.
That's what gave him that energy. I was on something wrong, right?
All right. False alarm, guys. It's just a cross. It's just a cross. No cheating took place. He drawed for the spirit of our Lord Savior. That's what crossed the line over it. Listen, we're done. I've got to get out of bed. Let's get into our outro, please.